It's time for Atlantic Trojan basketball. Here's Tom Robinson alongside Cody McCreedy on KS 95.7 and live streamed at westerniowatoday.com.
Good morning from Atlantic as we have a morning start and an afternoon matinee here today in Atlantic. And Tom Robinson alongside Cody McCreedy as it's elementary school day today. The elementary students have come into the gym here now, and kind of a special day for Trojan and Red Oak Tiger basketball here in the Hawkeye 10 Conference. And after a week of snowy weather and limited practices, it's good to see everybody back out here and they're ready to go, Cody.
Yeah, and I think this is a great opportunity for the kids, the younger kids to come out here and look at the Trojans play basketball. I know they're really excited just to get out of school, but it's a great opportunity just for them to come out, watch some of the kids that they look up to play basketball here instead of going to their regular classes today.
Well, the Atlantic Trojans coming off a win. We go back to January 5th when Atlantic beat Kemper, and they played 4 quarters of basketball. And you talked to Coach Vargas, and they're very happy about that win. Of course, Atlantic led by Peyton Harder, averaging 15.4 a game. But the Trojans also started to get some scoring support from McKenna Schrader. She came off with 10 on that game against Kemper. And also Zoe Kirchhoff. She has 13 threes this season to help out Maddie Richter, who leads the team in three-point makes at 19. And the Trojans and the Tigers coming Atlantic 2-2 in the Hawkeye 10 Conference. And Red Oak, their record coming in here today, 0-4 in the Hawkeye 10. But a team that Coach Varg talks about much improved. They're led in scoring by Merced Ramirez, averaging 6.6. And Olivia Boswell, who averages 7.5 points a game. Boswell is 29 of 81 from behind the arc, shooting about 36% from three-point line and 44% from the field here for the Red Oak Tigers. Both teams are warming up. Atlantic in their home white. Of course, our live stream is powered by Nishnet. You can watch it on westerniowatoday.com, KS 957, and here on the radio at 95.7 FM. So we see on the far side, Cody McCreedy, the elementary students and parents. We're going to have a big crowd here today. It's going to be loud. And we got parents sitting in the balcony as well. And the elementary kids will take turns coming in and watching the boys' game and the girls' game today.
Yeah, and you can see on one side all the parents, and the kids are on the clear other side. So, you probably don't want to sit with your kids, or vice versa. The kids probably don't want to sit with their parents. But I think this is a great thing that we did here in the community and the school district. Just get the kids out. I know they're really going to enjoy this. I see every kid has a bag of popcorn they're snacking on. So they get free food, and they get to watch free basketball. So what else could you ask for as a 4th, 5th grader spend your school day?
You bet. Landis is sponsoring all the popcorn today. Jeremiah Thompson, thank you. And Landis sponsoring the popcorn here today. Hey, we're going to check in with Atlantic head coach Dan Vargas, and our coach's show is brought to you by McCreedy Tire. We're going to talk to Coach Varg right after this from McCreedy Tire.
Good. Rolling Hills Bank and Trust.
Here at Rolling Hills Bank and Trust, we're dedicated to agriculture. That's why we offer various services that fit your growing ag needs. All our decisions are made locally by experienced lenders that truly understand the unique challenges of your operation. We're large enough to handle all your lending needs, yet small enough not to lose that personal touch. Our dedicated loan officers want to work with you to help your operation grow and thrive. Feel free to stop in and talk about how we can help your business succeed. Rolling Hills Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
This segment of Did You Know by Amy Jo is about hydraulic hoses. Well, guess what? They break. And at the worst times possible, too. Atlantic Egg and Auto can build you a new hydraulic hose most of the time faster than it takes you to even get to town. Now, don't begin a ticket racing to town to see me. Since you're here, you might as well get more hydraulic fluid, shop towels, detailing supplies, and fresh cab to keep those rodents out. Atlantic and Audubon Egg and Auto, your only local
team that has not won a conference game yet. But, Coach, I know what your answer is going to be is you got to come out and play each and every game. And let's just get right into it. And when you look at Red Oak here, talk about preparing for the Tigers, and I know it's been a challenge with the weather situation.
Yeah, like you said, it's just been a little bit of a scout this team, scout that team, and now we've finally been able to turn our attention over to Red Oak. They're a team that they're improved from last season. They've made some big steps forward. Olivia Boswell's leading them in scoring about 7.5 a game, and she's actually shooting 44% from the three-point line. So that's pretty impressive, shooting that high of a three-point percent, but she's at 36% from two. So you're actually better off trying to defend her at the three-point line, letting her get to the basket. So they do play some 2-3 zone. They like to play a lot of zone, so that's kind of what we're expecting. And on film, again, if you just pressure them and limit them to one shot, that gets you in control of the game pretty quick. So we got to come out and we have to set the tone early that we're going to rebound the ball, that we're going to defend well, and that we're going to get the ball inside to Katrina, Peyton, and get some points in the paint.
You know, Katrina, you come off a big win over Kemper last week. It seems like a long time ago. Katrina was not in the lineup, but you got her back again because she had a family commitment. You know, what does it mean to have her on the floor?
Well, she's a hardworking kid, and she rebounds, she defends, and then, you know, she has games where she's shown that she can score the ball for us. So we're working on getting that consistency where she gets to about 6 to 8 points a game right now. She's capable of doing that, and we know that. It's just getting her in the right positions and getting her feeling good. You know, and over these last few snow days, we've been able to work a little bit of post moves with her and try to help her just feel more comfortable getting shots up just a little bit quicker.
Well, and speaking of that, McKenna Schrader, I mean, she's starting to come around as one of your shooters. Zoe Kirchhoff is really doing a great job now of handling the basketball. How much, well, let's talk about Schrader first of all, and obviously her scoring is going to be huge here.
Yeah, it's scoring that we've been needing. You know, we knew we could get scoring from Maddie Richter pretty consistently, same with Peyton Harder. But now we're starting to get that third, fourth, and fifth scores, and she's one of those girls that we knew could score for us. I think early on she was just trying to do a little bit too much, and now that she's settling into her role and understanding the looks that we want her to take, she's starting to play a lot better basketball and being a lot more patient. So I've really liked the way that she's played these last few games, not just offensively, but defensively she's done a great job as well.
Well, Maddie Richter does lead the team with 19 three-pointers, but here comes Zoe Kirchhoff starting to hit that three ball as well, shooting about 36% from behind that arc. Not too shabby with 13 three-point shot, and I think she's only going to get better.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know, there were a couple games there where she didn't even attempt one,
right.
And then she had a game where I think she hit 4. So she's shown that she's able to do it, but I think the biggest thing with her is she understands that she doesn't have to take the first 3 she gets. She's able to get the ball to some other people, and her assist number is also starting to increase the last couple games. So whether she's scoring or she's related to the scoring, assists and points are basically the same thing as far as I'm concerned. But she's been really unselfish, and getting her to shoot the ball when she's open has actually been a bigger battle than anything. But now she's starting to gain that confidence from the perimeter, but also the mid-range and getting to the basket. So she's been a big key for that as well, and getting some extra points every game.
I know you've liked the way Lila Wiederstein's been playing, and of course Claire Pellett, your senior, also scrappy out there as well, and evaluate those two at this point in the season.
Yeah, well, I think Claire, she's really, again, started to embrace the role that she's in. Early on, I think she was still trying to figure out what her role is. She's the only senior that's playing high minutes in a game. So I think at first she felt like she was having to do a little more than she needed to. But she's really started, again, to accept that role, not try to do too much. And she's got a nice little drive float shot. So she's been trying to do that a little bit more and just be patient, let the offense come to her. So that's been a good thing for us. And then, Maddie Richter shooting the 3 ball from the perimeter just lights out again, getting her in that comfortable position where she can take those shots and knock them down consistently. But also defensively, that was her biggest liability, and she's improving that greatly. Still some progress to make, but I feel like her game has improved as a whole this season. Each game, it feels like she's getting a little better.
Yeah, and the pressure and handling the pressure defense is looks like that's really come around as well. I mean, you had a young team, coach, a lot of new players, but that looks like it's improved as far as handling the pressure.
Yeah, getting people in the right place was a big piece. We had people that were going to the wrong places, and that's a coaching mistake. So we moved some people around. We didn't actually change our press at all, or press break at all. We just changed where we had different personnel, got people in more comfortable positions, and now they're able to move the ball quite a bit more effectively, get it to the inside, outside, and they're learning what teams are doing. I think through 5 games, we saw 5 different defenses. So now that we're starting to see some repeats and things that we've seen before, it's a little bit easier to adjust, and that came with experience and came with getting people in the right spots.
11:30 tip-off, Coach. We got a morning tip. It's really fun and exciting to have all the youngsters come in here today and talk about the atmosphere.
Yeah, this will be a really cool environment. Getting all the elementary kids up. One, for them, it's going to be cool to come up during the school day and get to see a game. But 2, for the high school kids to have the younger kids in the gym, it's going to be a cool experience. They'll bring some energy that maybe we don't always have. And we'll still have parents there. So we'll have a full house for both games, boys and girls. So that'll be really exciting. And I got to give a big shout out too to the Booster Club for helping take care of all this and make sure it's taken care of, but also to Landis and Jeremiah Thompson. They've sponsored the popcorn for the game. So they're helping these kids have a really cool experience as well. So we talk about Trojan community all the time, and we'd be making a mistake if we didn't thank Jeremiah and Landis for helping out with this as well.
Good. Well, Dan, thank you. Appreciate your time as always. Hey, best of luck, and I look forward to talking to you afterwards.
Sounds good. Thank you very much.
The Dan Vargason Coaches Show brought to you by McAtee Tire. We'll be back with the starters and the opening tip brought to you by the First Whitney Bank, all coming up this morning here on 95.7 FM and our live video stream, westerniowatoday.com, powered by Nishna.
Good coaches.
Are you ready to be part of something bigger? I'm Myron Stein, president of Stein Seed Company. We're seeking exceptional individuals like you to join our team as independent sales representatives. If you're passionate about agriculture, ready to make a difference, and want unlimited earning potential, join the Stein team as an ISR. To learn more about open positions near you, contact your local Stein RSA, Darren Petty, at area code 712-249-5884.
Trojan Sports on KS 95.7 and live stream at westerniowatoday.com.
And welcome back to Atlantic, and a full house here as all the youngsters are in. The high school students are going to fill this place, Cody McCreedy. And we're going to look at the starting lineups here in just a little bit. Again, Atlantic even their conference record at 2-2 with the win over Kemper on that January 5th. That's the last time the Trojans played, was back on January the 5th. And as watching on our video, you can see this place is full of students and parents. It's going to be quite an atmosphere, kind of a tournament-type atmosphere here today at Atlantic. Starters, first of all, for the visiting Red Oak Tigers, we're going to see Jaden Lindsay, a 5'8 senior, get a start to the forward. Olivia Boswell, who averages just shy of 8 points a game and leads the team in three-point shooting. A 5'6 senior gets a start. Merced Ramirez, a 5'9 senior, starting at a guard. Ellison Johnson is 5'6 sophomore at a forward. Emily Siebenecker, a 5'6 sophomore, also starting at a guard for the Red Oak Tigers. For Atlantic, McKenna Schrader, a 5'5 sophomore, and Zoe Kirchhoff, a 5'5 sophomore. They'll be the two guards for Atlantic in the lineup. Claire Pellet, a 5'6 senior. She'll play that 3 spot. Maddie Richter, a 5'6 junior at a guard. And Peyton Harder, a 5'10 junior, also getting a start for the Trojans at that forward. And Harder averaging double-double coming in here. Averaging about 15-4 a game and 11.4 rebounds a contest is Peyton Harder, the junior for Atlantic. When you look at the Hawkeye 10 Conference, Harlan leads it at 6-0. St. Albert 4-0, and Lewis Central at 4-1. Denison Sleswig is 3-2. Glenwood 3-3. Atlantic at 2-2. Then Shenandoah 1-1. Clarinda 2-5. Kemper 1-3, and Red Oak and Crescent looking for their first conference win. The Tigers 0-4 and Crescent 0-5 coming into today's basketball games. Again, waiting for this crowd to gather, Cody. They're still coming in here today, but it's going to be fun and should be a good ball game for both these teams. Still hungry for wins here.
Yeah, it should be a good ball game for both of them, just due to the fact that we haven't played basketball here in a while. So both teams are fresh. They got fresh legs. They got, they're chomping at the bit here to get going because, haven't played in a couple weeks due to the snow and the cold. So it's good that we were able to get this game in here today and give the Trojans an opportunity to play in front of just an enormous crowd here today.
Good to see the youngsters in here as well, as they're kind of waiting to get the starters announced, as they still have the elementary students still funneling in to the game here in Atlantic. And looks like that's going to be the case here. They're going to turn on the spotlight, I believe. They've got the video board going as well. Cody, if you can span over there, maybe you can't see with the students standing up. But we got the new video board. You can see they've got some new things coming out there. Actually, audio on that video board we were setting up, and we could hear that going off here before the game as well. Here we're going to take a 1-minute timeout as we wait for these students to file in. We're back with more pregame on 95.7 FM, our live video stream, westerniowatoday.com.
Cass Health in Atlantic, Iowa is a nationally recognized hospital.
and we are proud of the awards and all of our recent accomplishments. But do you know what drives us to be the very best? You. We're passionate about helping our patients heal and feel their very best at any age and any stage of life. Cass Health, neighbors caring for neighbors.
The perfect companion is waiting for you at the Fish Store and Pet Center in Atlantic. Pick out a furry guinea pig, hamster, or mouse. Maybe something feathered. They have an aviary full of birds to choose from. What about something scaly, like a snake, lizard, or hermit crab? And it's in their name. A wide variety of fish are available at the Fish Store and Pet Center. Get all the food and accessories you need to keep that new addition to your family happy and healthy. The Fish Store and Pet Center in Atlantic, a pet lover's paradise.
Olson's Outdoor Power is your one-stop service and equipment shop for all things outdoor. We sell the best power sports products in the business, from Polaris, Can-Am, Sea-Doo, and Ski-Doo, trailers to tackle any job from H&H, Triton, and Wilson, and we continue to lead the way in lawn and garden equipment with great products from Exmark, Dixie Chopper, Husqvarna, Cub Cadet, Steel, and Echo. Add factory-trained technicians in 2 locations, and it's easy to see why Olson's Outdoor Power is the leader in all things outdoor. Olson's Outdoor Power, your one-stop service and equipment shop with locations in Atlantic and Carroll.
Good coaches know their players' strengths and weaknesses. They watch, evaluate, and come up with a game plan to make their team better. Like a good coach, when you bring your vehicle to McCreedy Tire, they listen to your concerns and give clear explanations on how they can help. They come up with a game plan to get your vehicle performing at its best. From tires to oil changes, brakes, engine repair, and more, McCreedy Tire can assist in all your vehicle needs and help you feel prepared for all the competitions ahead. McCreedy Tire and Service, where their game-winning service is always a slam dunk.
Back to Atlantic Trojan Sports on KS 95.7 and live stream at westerniowatoday.com.
Well, I think they've got everybody in just about, and we're going to have the starting lineups here in a big crowd. It'll be loud here today, and I believe about every spot in this gymnasium is now occupied, maybe not quite up in the balcony here, but it's a big crowd on hand here with the elementary students still filing in, and the lineups look like this. For Red Oak, Jaden Lindsay, a 5'8 senior. Olivia Boswell, a 5'6 senior. Merced Ramirez, a 5'9 senior. Ellison Johnson, a 5'6 sophomore. And Emily Siebenecker, a 5'6 sophomore. For the Tigers, Boswell is shooting about 43% from a three-point line. She's 21 of 48, so she's shooting better from behind the arc than she is inside the arc, but she is one player that Atlantic will keep their eye on. Also averaging 6.6, Merced Ramirez. And Ramirez leads the team in rebounds at 8.2. Ellison Johnson averaging 7 rebounds a game, 3.6 points per contest. So it's going to be a 5'8", 5'6", 5'9", 5'6", 5'6 for the Red Oak Tigers. And for Atlantic, they'll go 5'5", 5'5", 5'6", 5'6", and a 5'10". Merced Ramirez at 5'9", and a senior. Ellison Johnson, a 5'6 sophomore. And we mentioned Siebenecker, the 5'6 sophomore. For Atlantic, McKenna Schrader, a 5'5 sophomore. Zoe Kirkhoff, a 5'5 sophomore. Maddie Richter, a 5'6 junior. And Peyton Harder, a 5'10 junior. Your starters for the Tigers as they dim the lights. And we're going to have our starting lineups for the Atlantic Trojans, as you can see in our video stream. A little different atmosphere here today. They've added some extras for this event here today, and I think it's an event, Cody Weaver. You can hear the music and the spotlight dancing around the walls here if you're listening on the radio. If you're watching, you can see it on our live video. Of course, they've got the new video board up as well. Thank you, Bennett. Appreciate that. So here we go. This is kind of like a big-time Power 5 basketball game, Cody.
Yeah, this is an amazing atmosphere, and I know the kids look really excited over there watching this.
As they're still waiting, they're going through a bunch of highlights, and we're going to take a timeout We'll be back with the opening tip-off coming up here in just a little bit.
The one and only Street.
Gas prices got you down? Need a ride to work or the grocery store? There's public transportation for everyone in Southwest Iowa. SWITA offers taxi service in Atlantic, Glenwood, Harlan, Missouri Valley, Red Oak, and Shenandoah. $2.50 each way or $2 for seniors 60 years and older. Just call 1-800-842-8065 or visit swita.com to schedule your ride.
Outfitters Plus in Atlantic is making it easier for teams, coaches, groups, and you to host your group's orders online with their online store. Custom printed shirts, sweatshirts, all of your team apparel. Outfitters will design the graphics, post them on the web, give you the link to share with your team or group, and they can order themselves, all online. No more order forms to lose, sizes to keep track of, or money to hold on to. Let Outfitters Plus set up an online store for your team or group today. Give them a call at 243-4379. That's 243-4379. Outfitters Plus in Atlantic.
Colton, with you more involved with farming, what have you observed?
Farmers don't just work harder, they farm smarter.
We've definitely seen that with the Enlist weed control system.
Oh yeah, application is dictated by the grow stage, not a set date on the calendar, and you can take mix with liberty.
Plus you have a post program that you don't have to worry about drifting into neighboring fields.
Nailed it. To learn more, contact the Seed Pros.
The Seed Pros, with you from the word go.
The Seed Pros, Mark Van Tagger, Gary Dinklet, Nick Knutson, and John Becker.
Elkhart Plastics in Atlantic has a career opportunity for you. They're currently looking to hire first and second shift oven operators, first shift assemblers, and maintenance personnel, along with competitive pay and shift differential offered for second shift. Elkhart Plastics offers medical, dental, vision, company-paid life and disability plans, as well as vacation, paid holidays, education reimbursement, and retirement savings plans. Go to myersindustries.com/careers to view openings and fill out an application. Elkhart Plastics is an equal opportunity and affirmative action employer.
Here in just a moment. First, we'll have our national anthem, and then we'll have the tip-off. Welcome back. We're going to have the tip-off coming up. It's brought to you by the First Whitney Bank, a local bank, the only bank you'll ever need. First Whitney Bank.
Work seems a lot less like work when
After years of wondering why I see more runners than other athletes, I figured it out. Well, a sophomore hurdler explained it to me. This is Dr. Fritz Beyer of Body Basics Chiropractic, and he told me since my hip started acting up, I lost 1 second from my time. 1 second in a 55-second race is less than 2%, but he knew it instantly because the stopwatch told him. In other sports, there's not a stopwatch to tell you when the nagging injury takes 2% from you. To make sure you're giving your 100%, call 254-BODY to get your body back to the basics.
Tip it off here. Peyton Harder will tip it off against Jaden Lindsay, and Harder controls the tip. Atlantic has it with Kirchhoff. Kirchhoff top of the circle for the Trojans. Over to Schrader, inside to Harder. Harder has it knocked away, and the Tigers almost come up with him, and Pellet gets it back. Kick out top, Richter for three, no good, and she's fouled. So it's going to be Richter at the free throw line. She'll shoot a pair here for Atlantic. free throw's on the way, and it is good. Richter hit the first of two. Atlantic up 1-0 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Second free throw is up and good. She's going to get three. She was shooting from behind the arc, and she'll have another free throw coming. Richter 2 for 2 for the line here. And she shoots about 61% on the free throw line. She's perfect here. Atlantic up 3-0 on Richter's 3 free throws. Red Oak Tigers with the basketball. They'll bring it across the timeline here. We'll try to see over all these standing students here, folks. We'll do the best we can. Glad they're here. And we've got a whistle travel call to the Tigers. They have the ball inside. Emily Siemenacker, the 5'6" sophomore. Atlantic will get the ball back with a 3-0 lead on the Seed Pro scoreboard. We're just underway. Atlantic across the timeline. They'll move the ball high and left to Pellet. Back out top to Richter. And Richter throws it away. It'll be Red Oak's ball. Turnover Atlantic. So Tigers have the basketball. And they'll inbounds from the near sideline. They'll get it back out to top. Olivia Boswell, the 5'6" senior with it. Atlantic with that pressure defense. Boswell ahead to Ramirez. Down low, and they throw it away. They're trying to go down to Siemenacker, and the Tigers turn it over. They throw it away. And it'll be Atlantic's basketball. Kirchhoff in the backcourt. Will bring it across the timeline for Atlantic. Red Oak is lined up in his own defense. Out to Kirchhoff. High post to Harder. To Pellet on the right baseline. Kick back out top to Richter. Smooth over to Kirchhoff. Kirchhoff now swings left baseline. They go to Pellet. Skip pass right and a steal. Red Oak gets the steal. A pick by Siemenacker. She'll kick it out top to Boswell. Boswell shot no good. So here we go. Out top to Pellet. Pellet to Richter. Kirchhoff, Harder. Harder right wing, back out to Richter, and the Trojans throw it away. So Red Oak will have the basketball. Did you guys sit down? We can't see. We can't see. Red Oak with the ball. And we're trying to get, there we go. Hopefully we get some more vision here. Everybody's standing up here and not used to this kind of atmosphere here, Cody. But we'll get her right here. Atlantic will have the ball 3-0 in favor of the Trojans. Atlantic has the basketball. 6 minutes to play here in this first quarter. High and right to Kirchhoff. Schrader handles the ball now. Baseline Richter. She'll pop a three. No good. Rebound Pellet. Put back is blocked. Harder gets it back, and she's fouled on the shot. So Atlantic will have a pair with Peyton Harder at the free throw line. Atlantic up 3-0 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. And Harder will shoot a pair. First one on the way, and it is good. Atlantic up 4-0. All free throws, 4 for 4 from the free throw line. Second free throw is good. Atlantic up 5-0. Red Oak with the ball in the backcourt. Steal by Harder. Layup up, and it is no good. The rebound pulled down by the Tigers. And they'll get the ball to the front court. Ramirez. Pass ahead to Lindsay. And she throws it away. We've got a whistle and a turnover, Red Oak. The Trojans get the ball back the other way. And Atlantic with the basketball in the front court. Ball near sideline. In now top to Kirchhoff. Kirchhoff left side to Schrader. Schrader back out top to Richter. Maddie top of the circle. High and right to Schrader. Schrader down low to Harder. Her layup is up and good and gets that one. Peyton Harder got the feet inside. made the bucket against the and one. So Harder will shoot one. The and one, Atlantic up 7-0 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Good, Harder makes the free throw. And it's 8-0 Atlantic with the lead on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Pass over to Reddick. Reddick in the front court. Across the timeline, Lindsay. High and right to Johnson. Shot no good. Rebound Pellet. Out to Richter. She'll bring it across the half-court line for Atlantic. 4:49 to play first quarter. 8-0. Schrader gets inside. Pellet layup up and good. Atlantic up 10-0. Atlantic out on a 10-0 run here in this first quarter. Pellet with a layup there. Tigers and a steal by Schrader. Coast to coast layup is good. 12-0 Atlantic. And a timeout called by the Tigers. 4:27 to play here in this first quarter. We're back in a half a minute on 95.7 FM and live video streamed at WesternIowaToday.com.
Good coaches know their players' strengths and weaknesses. They watch, evaluate, and come up with a game plan to make their team better. Like a good coach, when you bring your vehicle to McCreedy Tire, they listen to your concerns and give clear explanations on how they can help. They come up with a game plan to get your vehicle performing at its best. From tires to oil changes, brakes, engine repair, and more, McCreedy Tire can assist in all your vehicle needs and help you feel prepared for all the competitions ahead. McCreedy Tire and Service, where their game-winning service is always a slam dunk.
Pressure, and a foul is going to be called. Jaden Lindsay trying to get it near side to Merced Ramirez. That's the first foul in Atlantic, and for the Tigers, they have 3, 4:24 to go first quarter. Tigers with the basketball. They'll get it across the timeline to Johnson. They fire down low, and it's blocked by Pellet. And here come the Trojans front court. Driving Schrader, and a whistle. We've got a travel called on Schrader. So the ball be turned over to the Red Oak Tigers. Atlantic up 12-0 here in this first quarter. And the ball overshoots Merced Ramirez as Red Oak trying to get the ball in. So Atlantic will have it on the far sideline in the front court. Turnover Red Oak, 12-0 Atlantic with a lead, 4:09 to go here in this first quarter. They'll get the ball and out top. Schrader, right side to Kirkhoff, back to Schrader, top of the circle, pulls up the elbow and fires. It is no good. And the rebound run down by Red Oak. Johnson with it. Gets it back out top to Ramirez. And Ramirez throws down the near sideline and throws it away. So Atlantic will have the ball back on the turnover. Out top, Red Oak with the ball. Back out top it goes to Johnson, and she throws it away. Williams in the lineup gets the steal. Pass head to Harder, layup up and good. Boy, Atlantic is off and running. 3:38 to go first quarter. 14-0. Trojans with the lead. Tigers have the ball in the front court to Johnson. High and left. Here's a three ball by Boswell. Can't get it to go. Rebound ripped down by Schiebenacher. She'll get it back out to top to Ramirez. Ramirez over to left wing, Johnson. Back out top, Ramirez. Down low, driving Boswell across the paint to Lindsay. Layup no good, a foul called on Atlantic. And that'll be 2 for Jaden Lindsay. So Lindsay will shoot a pair at the free throw. Atlantic up 14-0 in this first quarter, 3:08 to go. And the Tigers will shoot a pair here to try to get on the scoreboard. This is Jaden Lindsay. Her free throw is on the way, and it is no good. Second free throw for Lindsay coming up. She shoots about a 52% for the free throw line. Atlantic up 14-0. 3:08 to play here in this first quarter. Second free throw is no good, and the ball is knocked out of bounds. by the Tigers. Atlantic will get the ball back, and Red Oak still scoreless here. 14-0 Trojans here on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Zoe Kirchhoff will bring it across the timeline to Pellet. Out to Schrader. Now Lila Wiedersee in the game, top of the circle. Bounce pass right wing to Schrader, inside to Williams. Out top to Kirchhoff on the drive, runner off the glass. Good! Kirchhoff with the 2 for Atlantic. And the Trojans up 16-0 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. And the Tigers bring the ball to the front court. On the move is Kells now in the ball game. Dribbles off her toe, picked up by Harder, coast to coast, layup up, good! 18-0 Atlantic. And Harder with 9 points. Trojans forcing the turnover, now back in that pressure zone defense, and Red Oak throws it away again. So it's going to be Atlantic's ball. Far sideline. 2:19 to go first quarter. 18-zip, Atlantic off to a big run. Harder has 9 of the 18. Richter has 3. Kirchhoff with a pair, and Pellet with 2 points. Atlantic in the front, Schrader. Baseline into Peyton McLaren, back to Harder, layup good. Harder having herself a great first quarter. Atlantic up 20-0. Tigers with the ball in the back court. Trojans 2-2 in the conference. They get the ball out top to Lindsay. Down low on a drive, give and go, and a Johnson layup no good, but she's fouled, and Johnson will shoot a pair for Red Oak. 1:56 to go first quarter, the Seed Pros scoreboard. So here we go. On the line. And the free throw up, and it is good. It's banked in. Nice job. And the Tigers on the board, 20-1. And his second free throw coming up. And it is no good. Rebound comes off to Lila Wiedersteen. Johnson 1 for 2. And gets the Tigers on the board. 20-1. Atlantic in the front, inside of Williams. Left baseline, Schrader for 3. Good! McKenna Schrader splashes down a 3-ball. Atlantic up 23-1 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Red Oak in the front court. Trying to get the ball on the right side. A steal by Lila Wiedersteen. Atlantic back the other way, right to left. McLaren will run the point guy for the Trojans. Left side, Schrader. Out top to Wiedersteen. Over to McLaren, right wing. McLaren skip pass. Schrader driving baseline. Man, she traveled with it. Turnover Atlantic, and Red Oak gets it back the other way. 1:07 to go first quarter. So the inbounds coming up for Schrader. She's right side of the basket. Inside to Harder, layup up, no good. Rebound, Wiedersteen, her putback is no good. Harder gets the rebound as she traveled with it as she went to the floor. So Red Oak will get the ball out of bounds. Lindsay will throw it in for the Tigers. Atlantic up 23-1. Lindsay out of bounds, left side of the basket. She'll get it near side to Ramirez. Back to Lindsay against that press to Kells. Kells across the timeline for the Tigers, and the steal by Schrader. Her layup is up, and it is no good. Harder rebound, put back good. 25-1 Atlantic with the lead. Harder's had a great first quarter. And the Red Oak having trouble against that Trojan pressure defense. They do clear it this time, but a steal by Wiedersteen. Out to Schrader, bounce pass Harder, layup up, it's good. 27-1. Atlantic with the huge lead here early with 20 seconds to go here in this first quarter. Kells with it for the Tigers, back to Lindsay. They get it near side to Ramirez, and she throws it away. Williams down the lane, 8 seconds to go. Layup no good, rebound Harder. And the Tigers with the steal, a foul called on Wiedersteen with 3 seconds to go. 27-1 Atlantic here in this first quarter with the lead. Tigers have the ball out of bounds. Lindsay will throw it in from left side of the basket for Red Oak. Atlantic with that zone pressure defense, full court. Pass inbounds to Kells. Kells a running shot at the quarter, and that's it. Atlantic up 27-1. Trojans with a huge lead. We'll take a 1-minute timeout, and we're back right after this.
Are you ready to be part of something?
Gas prices got you down? Need a ride to work or the grocery store? There's public transportation for everyone in Southwest Iowa. SWITA offers taxi service in Atlantic, Glenwood, Harlan, Missouri Valley, Red Oak, and Shenandoah. $2.50 each way or $2 for seniors 60 years and older. Just call 1-800-842-8065 or visit swita.com to schedule your ride.
Outfitters Plus in Atlantic is making it easier for teams, coaches, groups, and you to host your group's orders online with their online store. Custom printed shirts, sweatshirts, all of your team apparel. Outfitters will design the graphics, post them on the web, give you the link to share with your team or group, and they can order themselves, all online. No more order forms to lose, sizes to keep track of, or money to hold on to. Let Outfitters Plus set up an online store for your team or group today. Give them a call at 243-4379. That's 243-4379. Outfitters Plus in Atlantic.
On KS 95.7 and live stream at westerniowatoday.com.
Welcome back. Atlantic up 27-1 as it's elementary school day and we're battling the crowd. And now the students sit down, Cody, McCreedy, so we'll get some help here. And don't give up on the video here. We'll get some good shots. And Atlantic with the steal again, where the Trojans have forced a lot of turnovers. They lead 27-1 as we start the second quarter. High post to Pellet, right baseline, McLaren. Back out top, Kirkhoff, left side, Richter. Red Oak in that zone defense. They're doing some rotating down low, and a steal by the Tigers. Johnson with the steal. She'll get it back out top to Boswell. Kells back to Boswell, high and right. It's nice to be able to see here now, Cody. Boswell, top of the circle. Fires left to Siebenecker. Driving inside to Johnson. Layup good. Johnson got the layup for the Tigers. Siebenecker with the assist, and it's a 27-3 game. Tigers get their first field goal of the ball game. Atlantic in the front court. Richter high and right for the Trojans. Bounce pass out top to McLaren. Left side to Kirkhoff. Now to Richter. She'll fire a three. God! Richter with the three ball for Atlantic. That's her 20th three-point shot this season. She has 6 points. Atlantic up 30-3. Red Oak with the ball back in the front court. Back out top. Olivia Boswell has been kept quiet. He leads the team in three-point shooting. A turnaround shot no good by Johnson. And Johnson runs down the rebound for the Tigers, and then she traveled with it. So it'll be Atlantic's basketball. With 6:29 to go first half on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Claire Pellet will throw it in. And bringing it down the right sideline is Zoe Kirkhoff. Atlantic up 30-3. Pass left side, Richter. Swings it right side of Kirkhoff. Swing pass, Richter skip pass, and a three. No good. And the rebound, Boswell, and she's fouled. I believe it's McLaren, the freshman, going to be the guilty party here. And that's one on Atlantic here in the second quarter. 6:14 to play in the half. Atlantic up 30-3. Siebenecker will throw it in. Atlantic will drop off that full court press. They'll drop back into a half court 1-2-2. Boswell with the basketball, high post to Johnson. Left side shot up and no good by Siebenecker. Rebound Williams for Atlantic. The Trojans clear it out to McLaren. Under 6 to play here in the second quarter. It's a 30-3 Atlantic lead. Richter, top of the circle. McLaren into Pellet. Follow by Jay. Good. Pellet just a little short jumper. She's averaging about 2 a game and gets the bucket for Atlantic. She has 4 points here in the contest. Boswell across the timeline for the Red Oak Tigers. She'll go baseline to Kells. Kells driving. Good cutoff by Richter, and the ball thrown out of bounds. Last touch by Richter. Kells want to drive that right baseline, and good cutoff. So the Tigers regain the ball. They'll throw it in from the left baseline. Boswell will throw it in. 32-3 Atlantic with the lead. 5.5 to play in the first half. The ball is thrown inside. Kicked out to Boswell. They'll wing it over to Kells. She'll fire a three off the iron. No good. The rebound comes off to Red Oak, and they can't quite gather it. McLaren will take it away. And the Trojans to the front court. 5 minutes left, first half. Kirchhoff, right wing. Back to McLaren. And we've got a travel call to McLaren. Shuffled her feet. So the ball belongs to the Tigers. And they'll throw it in with Emily Siebenecker. Bounce pass into Boswell, and she'll bring it across the half-court line against that Trojan 1-2-2 half-court zone press. They'll wing the ball down low and throw it away. They wanted to go to Johnson and just sailed over her head. 5 minutes left, 32-3 Atlantic. First of two we'll have here. We do owe you a station identification. Pass right wing to Peyton McLaren. Back out top to Pellet. She'll turn and shoot a 16-footer. Got it. But Claire Pellet getting her points here today. Atlantic up 34-3 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. And a steal by Schrader at the other end. They're trying to go high post to Johnson. Steal by Kirchhoff. Her layup is no good. Harder rebound. Putback is good. 36-3 Atlantic. Peyton Harder with 17 points in the first half, averaging 15. Tigers with it. Over to Siebenecker. Back to Boswell for three. No good for Red Oak. Tipped back in by Siebenecker out of bounds. Atlantic will have it. 4:13 left, and now the Trojans bring Wiederstein and Schrader off the bench. Kirchhoff and Pellet come out. And it's a 36-3 Atlantic lead. Just one field goal for the Tigers, and that was Johnson. She also has the free throw. Atlantic in the front court to Richter high and left. Baseline McLaren. Harder down low. Wiederstein layup good. Wiederstein got it. Harder with the assist. And Atlantic up 38-3. Tigers swing it across the timeline. Siebenecker left wing. They'll swing it right side to Boswell. Inside to Johnson. Back to Boswell, top of the circle. Ball swings left to Ramirez. Ramirez top of the circle, back left side. Siebenecker for two. Good. Oh, they're going to give her three. Siebenecker with the triple. And the Tigers get on the board 38-6. Second field goal for Red Oak. Atlantic in the front court, high post to Harder. Back to Richter and a foul call to the Tigers. 38-6, Atlantic with the big lead. They'll have the ball. We owe you a station identification.
KS 95.7 is KSWI Atlantic, a proud part of Meredith Communications. KS 95.7.
Atlantic will inbounds to Peyton McLaren. She'll fire the three. Good! The freshman McLaren with the triple for Atlantic. 41-6 Trojans. Tigers in the front court. Whip the ball left side. They've got some new players in. Boswell top of the circle. Driving down the lane, and she has the ball stripped, and she's fouled. So Boswell will go to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Well, I tell you, this Trojan defense is relentless, Cody.
Oh, yeah, they're playing great right now. And, the offense is doing even better. I mean, it's just this is an amazing performance here in the first half by the Trojans.
Boswell's first of two. No good. Rims out. 41-6. Atlantic led to 27-1 after first quarter. 3 minutes left in the half. Free throw good by Boswell. She's averaging 7.7. It's a 41-7 game. Atlantic. McLaren will bring the ball across the timeline. This freshman's coming on. Playing with more confidence all the time. Outside of Knuth. The senior. And she traveled with it. I thought maybe she might have switched pivot feet there.
Yeah, I thought she probably thought she could get away with that.
Tigers get the ball back. Ramirez will bring it across the timeline for Red Oak. 2:45 to play in the first half. That's all the way left wing. Red Oak trying to get something going offensively. Boswell right side. She can hit that three. She drives in. Runner off the glass. No good, out of bounds. Boswell shoots about 43% from behind the arc. And for the Trojans, they've been on her, not letting her have that three-point shot in that zone defense.
They're not letting her have any shot there, Tom. Yeah, they're just suffocating her once she gets the ball and forcing Red Oak to score with other players. And unfortunately, no one has picked up the slack yet, so hopefully you can see someone pick it up soon.
Driving, Schrader missed the short. Jay gets her own rebound. Putback is blocked. Ramirez comes up with it for Red Oak. 2:18 to go here in this first half. Ramirez top of the circle, and a steal by Schrader. Schrader against Boswell, down the lane, blocked by Boswell. And Olivia comes up with it for the Red Oak Tigers. She'll bring it down the far sideline. Good play by Olivia Boswell. The Tigers have in the front Ramirez. Over to Natalie Johnson, back out top to Boswell, right side to Ramirez. Atlantic in that zone defense. Skip pass, and it's tipped away by Lila Winterstein and knocked out of bounds by Marie Ramirez now in the game. Along with Merced Ramirez. 1:53 to go here in the second quarter. McLaren will bring the ball across the timeline for Atlantic. Right side of Winterstein. Skip pass to Schrader, top of the circle. Back over to McLaren. She'll launch the triple. No good. Rebound Olivia Boswell for the Tigers. 1:36 to play. Steal by Knuth. And it goes out of bounds far side. Atlantic up 41-7. It was 27-1 after one quarter of play. 19 points for Peyton Harder to lead all scorers for Atlantic. Boswell in the front court, over to Marie Ramirez. Back out top to Boswell, to Merced Ramirez. Skip pass over to Natalie Johnson, now down to Marie Ramirez. Layup no good, rebound pulled down by the Trojans. In the lineup, Addie Friend, the sophomore, got the board. So Coach Sprague going to his bench. Addie Friend in there, a 5'7" sophomore. McLaren to Schrader. Skip pass to Wiederstein. A dribble drive. Back inside Knuth. Right side McLaren. She'll launch to three. Got it. Peyton McLaren with a couple of triples here in this second quarter. 44-7 Atlantic. And Red Oak with the basketball. Ramirez across the timeline near side of Boswell. 40 seconds to go second quarter. The ball tipped away. They tried to go to Lindsay at the high post. And tipped away by Atlantic. And McLaren will walk the ball across the timeline. 33 seconds to go in the first half. Atlantic up 44-7. McLaren angles back right of the dribble. Schrader, Wiederstein high and right. 20 seconds left. Addie Friend back to Wiederstein. High post to Schrader. Inside Knuth. Wiederstein. Left side McLaren. McKenna Schrader. 10 seconds on the clock. Inside to Friend, and just overshot her off her fingertips. So the Tigers have 6 seconds to try to get a shot off. So Boswell will throw it in for Red Oak. Ramirez will be on the receiving end. Lila Wiederstein has to tie up that sneaker. 6 seconds to go on the clock. 44-7 Atlantic with the lead. Your score brought you by the Seed Pros. Ramirez takes the inbounds pass. Weaves her way in the front court. Launches run from the top. No good. And time runs out for Atlantic with a 44-7 lead here at the halftime break. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. We'll be back right after these on 95.7 FM and our live video stream on westerniowatoday.com.
Hi, everyone. Outfitters Plus in Atlantic is making it easier for teams, coaches, groups, and you to host your group's orders online with their online store. Custom printed shirts, sweatshirts, all of your team apparel. Outfitters will design the graphics, post them on the web, give you the link to share with your team or group, and they can order themselves, all online. No more order forms to lose, sizes to keep track of, or money to hold on to. Let Outfitters Plus set up an online store for your team or group today. Give them a call at 243-4379. That's 243-4379. Outfitters Plus in Atlantic.
Hi everyone, it's Caitlin with your Atlantic Hy-Vee. Have you signed up or upgraded to our Perks program yet? It is free to you and gives you instant savings. If you're not signed up, no worries. We can, in-store, while you're shopping, or at the checkout, sign you up. Super quick, super easy for the instant savings. No need to wait. Scan the card, you got the deals. Deals so good you won't find them anywhere else. Have you signed up or upgraded to our Perks program yet? It is free to you and gives you instant savings. We can, in-store, while you're shopping, or at the checkout, sign you up. As always, thank you for shopping your Atlantic Hy-Vee.
Get to the Super Bowl for Globe Bowling on Friday and Saturday nights. Perfect for birthdays, reunions, family and friend get-togethers, and date nights. They even have bumpers and ramps for the little ones. Globe Bowling. All the glow-in-the-dark fun you love. Plus, the friendly competition of bowling makes for a great night. Call Dan to schedule your next party at 243-4656. Globe Bowling on Friday and Saturday nights at the Super Bowl. Highway 71 in Atlantic.
Hi everyone, it's Caitlin with your Atlantic Hy-Vee. Have you signed up or upgraded to our Perks program yet? It is free to you and gives you instant savings. If you're not signed up, no worries. We can, in-store, while you're shopping, or at the checkout, sign you up. Super quick, super easy for the instant savings. No need to wait, scan the card, you got the deals. Deals so good you won't find them anywhere else. Have you signed up or upgraded to our Perks program yet? It is free to you and gives you instant savings. We can, in-store, while you're shopping, or at the checkout, sign you up. As always, thank you for shopping your Atlantic Hy-Vee.
Live stream at westerniowatoday.com.
Welcome back to Atlantic, and Tom Robbins alongside Cody McCreedy. The Trojans really in a blowout here, up 44-7 here at the halftime break. Our halftime brought to you by Olson's BP and Olson's Fuel, your home for Godfather's Pizza. Well, as Peyton Harder, well, I tell you, she had 17 points in the first quarter, 19 total for the first half. Atlantic led 27-1 after the first quarter of play. And they lead 44-7 here at the halftime break. Tigers able to get a 3-ball, then a field goal, and a free throw in that second quarter. So for Atlantic, Peyton Harder with 19. McKenna Schrader has 3. Zoe Kirchhoff 2. Claire Pellet 6. Maddie Richter 6 points. And Peyton McLaren has 6 points, a couple of 3-balls from beyond the arc for McLaren. Our halftime brought to you by Olson's BP and Olson's Fuel, your home for Godfather's Pizza. We're back right after this for the Red Oak side of things.
Elkhart Plastics in Atlantic has a career opportunity for you. They're currently looking to hire first and second shift oven operators, first shift assemblers, and maintenance personnel, along with competitive pay and shift differential offered for second shift. Elkhart Plastics offers medical, dental, vision, company-paid life and disability plans, as well as vacation, paid holidays, education reimbursement, and retirement savings plans. Go to myersindustries.com/careers to view openings and fill out an application. Elkhart Plastics is an equal opportunity and affirmative action employer. Back to Atlantic Trojan Sports on KS 95.7 and live stream at westerniowatoday.com.
Well, the Tigers with just 1 point in that first quarter. Ellison Johnson with 1 for 2 from the line. And then the second quarter, Olivia Boswell had a free throw. Ellison Johnson had a 2-point shot, and Emily Siebenecker with a 3 to give the Tigers 6 points. It's 44-7. Here at the halftime break. Atlantic with 27 points in that first quarter. And they put together a pretty good second quarter, Cody, as you mentioned. And they had 4, 7, 9, 11, and 17 points in that second quarter. So a little bit less offense for the Trojans, but still a big halftime lead at 44-7. And you got to be impressed. I know you were impressed with the offense. The defense forced a lot of turnovers early on.
Oh yeah, defense turns into offense. So the suffocating defense that the Trojans have played, they placed early on in the game for Red Oak led to easy points down low. And you know, when you have Peyton Harder running behind the basket, you know, she had a couple of rebounds and putbacks there. So you know, they're just doing the little things right. And when you do the little things right, you get leads like this. And you know, you got to be happy, Coach Vargason, coming into halftime at a 44-7 lead. You know, they're not doing anything spectacular. They're just doing the basics right. And to win ball games this late in the season, that's exactly what you need to do. And, you know, so right now, this is going to be a confidence booster for the girls. You know, hopefully Coach Vargason can get some of those younger kids in to gain some, get some minutes in a varsity game. You know, Peyton McLaren coming in and knocking down 2 threes, that's huge because basically, especially for her confidence there. So, you know, getting some of those bench players that you don't see very often in varsity games, getting them some quality minutes here, you know, it'll be key here in the second half.
Well, the elementary students are in, and scan the crowd a little bit. We probably can see here the Trojan gear these youngsters wore. I'm glad they got back to school today after how many days off. They get to come to a ball game, and some of these kids probably don't even get to make it to a game. And what a great thing for these young people here today. We have high school kids, we have the elementary students, middle school students filling the gym here in Atlantic. Halftime brought to you by Olson's BP and Olson's Fuel, your home for Godfather's Pizza.
When you're on the go, it's
Olson's Outdoor Power is your one-stop service and equipment shop for all things outdoor. We sell the best power sports products in the business from Polaris, Can-Am, Sea-Doo, and Ski-Doo, trailers to tackle any job from H&H, Triton, and Wilson, and we continue to lead the way in lawn and garden equipment with great products from Exmark, Dixie Chopper, Husqvarna, Cub Cadet, Steel, and Echo. Add factory-trained technicians in 2 locations, and it's easy to see why Olson's Outdoor Power is the leader in all things outdoor. Olson's Outdoor Power, your one-stop service and equipment shop with locations in Atlantic and Carroll.
This segment of Did You Know by Amy Jo is about hydraulic hoses. Well, guess what? They break. And at the worst times possible, too. Atlantic Egg and Auto can build you a new hydraulic hose most of the time faster than it takes you to even get to town. Now, don't begin a ticket racing to town to see me. Since you're here, you might as well get more hydraulic fluid, shop towels, detailing supplies, and fresh cab to keep those rodents out. Atlantic and Audubon Egg and Auto, your only locally owned CarQuest Auto.
We're at halftime. The Trojans back out the floor. Peyton Harder with 19 points the first half. Peyton McLaren with 6. Claire Pella with 6. McKenna Schrader with 3. Zoe Kirchhoff with a pair. And the Trojans 27 first quarter points. They put 17 up in the second quarter. Reynolds got a 3-ball in that second quarter from Siebenecker. And a 2-ball from Johnson. And Boswell 1 for 2 from the free throw line as Atlantic led 27-1 after 1 quarter. And then the Tigers able to put some points on the board in the second, but still big lead, 44-7 Atlantic here at the halftime break. Halftime brought to you by Olson's BP and Olson's Fuel, your home for Godfather's Pizza. Hey, we'll be back in a minute with the second half at 95.7 FM, our live video stream at westerniowatoday.com, powered by Nishtanet.
Colton, with you more involved with farming, what have you observed?
Farmers don't just work harder, they farm smarter.
We've definitely seen that with the Enlist weed control system.
Oh yeah, application is dictated by the grow stage, not a set date on the calendar, and you can take mix with liberty.
Plus, you have a post program that you don't have to worry about drifting into neighboring fields.
Nailed it. To learn more, contact the Seed Pros.
The Seed Pros, with you from the word go.
The Seed Pros, Mark Bantacker, Gary Dinklett, Nick Knutson, and John Becker.
This segment of Did You Know by Amy Jo is about hydraulic hoses. Well, guess what? They break. And at the worst times possible, too. Atlantic Egg and Auto can build you a new hydraulic hose most of the time faster than it takes you to even get to town. Now, don't begin a ticket racing to town to see me. Since you're here, you might as well get more hydraulic fluid, shop towels, detailing supplies, and fresh cab to keep those rodents out. Atlantic and Audubon Egg and Auto, your only locally owned CarQuest Auto Parts stores.
Basketball on KS 95.7 and live streamed at westerniowatoday.com.
Welcome back to Atlantic as the Trojans and the Tigers squaring off in Hawkeye 10 conference play. It's been all Atlantic in this one. Atlantic leading 44-7 as we start the second half of play. Atlantic led 27-1 after 1 quarter and 44-7 here at the halftime break. Outscored the Tigers 17-6 in that second stanza. Reddick will come out with Lindsay, Boswell, Ramirez. Siebenecker is out there and Johnson, their starters. Sally Johnson. Atlantic comes out with Schrader, Kirchhoff, Maddie Richter, Pellet, and Harder. Packed house here in Atlantic with the elementary students here and middle school students here for this one. Inbounds pass to Richter, when Atlantic out to Kirchhoff, and the Trojans have the ball in the front court with a big lead. Left side drive, Schrader layup, no good. Rebound Pellet for Atlantic, into Harder, her runner up and good. And the Trojans picking up where they left off. Harder with 21. And Atlantic 46-7. Tigers the ball in the front court. Ramirez high and right to Siebenecker. Back inside to Lindsay. Lindsay's layup up no good. Rebound Harder for Atlantic. Harder averaging 11.4 rebounds a game coming in. And averaging about 15 points. I have her for 21 in this game. They'll go inside to Harder, layup good. Ball went right baseline. They just fed to Harder, and she got it up and in. And officially 21 for Harder. 7:04 to play, third quarter. Your score brought to you by the Seed Pros. Atlantic up 48-7 here in this third quarter. Olivia Boswell with the ball right side. Siebenecker drives, cut off on a double team. Back right side to Ramirez. Merced pulls up. Lindsay picked off by Schrader. Atlantic will make the ball to the front court. Schrader inside the lane to Harder. Layup up and good. Boy, it's just easy going for Atlantic here. And Harder now with 23. Schrader with a great assist. Tigers having the front. Johnson low, back out to Olivia Boswell, back to Johnson, left baseline. 6:25 to go, and a steal by Schrader. Good Atlantic. She'll take it down inside the lane, lays it up, blocked out of bounds nicely by Lindsay. And it'll be Atlantic's ball baseline with 6:16 to go in the third quarter. Atlantic up 50-7 on the C Pros scoreboard, and a timeout's going to be called by Red Oak, and we'll take it with them. Back in 30 seconds here on 95.7 FM. And live video streamed at westerniowatoday.com.
Have you ever heard this? Are you ready to be part of something bigger? I'm Myron Stein, president of Stein Seed Company. We're seeking exceptional individuals like you to join our team as independent sales representatives. If you're passionate about agriculture, ready to make a difference, and want unlimited earning potential, join the Stein team as an ISR. To learn more about open positions near you, contact your local Stein RSA, Darren Petty, at area code 712-249-5884.
Cass Health in Atlantic, Iowa is a nationally recognized hospital, and we are proud of the awards and all of our recent accomplishments. But do you know what drives us to be the very best? You. We're passionate about helping our patients heal and feel their very best at any age and any stage of life. Cass Health, neighbors caring for neighbors.
Now, back to Atlantic Trojan Sports on KS 95.7 and live streamed at westerniowatoday.com.
Welcome back. Atlantic with the basketball. Williams, Addie Friend, and Knuth in the game for the Trojans. Addie Friend, high post to Williams. She'll turn and shoot. Missed a shot. Rebound, Merced Ramirez for Red Oak, and she'll bring it to the front court. 5:56 to play third quarter. Atlantic up 50-7. Inside to Kell. Short jumper, no good. Rebound, Lila Widerstein for Atlantic. And Lila will bring it across to Addie Friend out of McLaren. McLaren top of the circle. High and right to Addie Friend. Baseline McLaren. Back to Friend. Friend swings it left to Widerstein. 20 in the shot clock for Atlantic. Friend down low. Williams turns, shoots, scores. Katrina Williams with the bucket for Atlantic. As Coach Vargason going to his bench. Atlantic up 52-7 on the C Pros scoreboard. 5:20 to play third quarter. Kells for Red Oak. Left baseline to Johnson. Back to high and right. Siebenecker. Kells. Back to Siebenecker, top of the circle. She'll launch a three. No good. Long rebound comes off to Lindsay. Back to Siebenecker. She'll try another triple. Got it. They're going to give her two. But Siebenecker with a nice shot for the Tigers. They'll give her two there. 52-9. She was just inside the arc. Front court Atlantic. Addie Friend. McLaren baseline into Williams and knocked away nicely by Siebenecker. They'll get out to Merced Ramirez. She'll bring it across the half-court line for Red Oak. High and right to Siebenecker. 4:40 to go, third quarter. Siebenecker drives and turns it over. Good D by Widerstein. Stayed with her along that baseline. Used that boundary as a defender. Did Widerstein, and Tigers turn it over. McLaren, the freshman, will bring it across the timeline for Atlantic. 4:25 to play, third quarter. Atlantic up 52-9. Widerstein high and left. Back out top to Addie Friend. Friend now swings it right side. Lila Widerstein. Friend, she'll launch a shot. No good. Rebound comes off to Williams. Over to Widerstein for two. Good. Williams to Widerstein. Lila with a short J. Her fourth point of the game. Atlantic up 54-9. Everybody getting the scoring column of the Trojans. Merced Ramirez. High and right to Siebenecker, knocked out by Widerstein, who is extremely active on defense.
Oh, yeah, she's playing great defense here tonight. You know, like you said on the last part, she's using the boundaries. She's doing the basics right. She's doing everything that, the coach can ask for when it comes to the defensive end for great productivity.
Ramirez to Johnson inside. She double dribbled. Started with a dribble, picked it up, and thought she might try it again, but the official right there.
Yeah, if you're going to do that, don't do it in front of the official. They're kind of looking for that, so.
What a great atmosphere here, Cody. All these students here. 3:30 to play, third, 54-9. Atlantic with the ball in the front court. They go baseline to McLaren. Back out top to Addie Friend. Friend inside to Satoff, and a steal by Siebenecker for Red Oak. So Satoff now in the game. Atlantic playing some freshmen here. They get the ball out to Merced Ramirez. Tigers have it. Ramirez, long three, can't get it. Rebound Friend for Atlantic. Out to McLaren. 3:05 to play, third quarter. 54-9, Atlantic on top. Left side of Wiederstein. Baseline McLaren, back to Wiederstein. Dumps it low, inside, shot up, no good by Satoff, and a foul called on Red Oak. Atlantic's got a solid group of freshmen here, Cody McCreedy, with down the lineup, Satoff and McLaren. Addie Friend is a sophomore.
You forgot one word, tall.
Yeah,
they are tall freshmen, which helps with their, that's one of the things you can coach is their height. And they're going to be a tall team here in the next couple of years. And, Coach Ferguson's going to have a whole new scheme when it comes to these girls because they like to play faster right now. And, you're going to have a big team here, so you're going to have to really change up the scheme here in the next couple of years. So you're going to see a whole different Trojan basketball probably in 2 years.
When you talk about height, and Satoff missed a second free throw, 55-9 Atlantic on the St. Pro scoreboard. When you look at those freshmen, so McLaren, 5'7", Satoff, 5'8", Addie Friend is 5'7". I think look taller than that.
Yeah,
actually.
No.
And we haven't seen Riley Harlan yet for Atlantic. Merced Ramirez high and right for the Tigers, driving. Runner off the glass, no good. Rebound fought for by Friend, and Johnson got a hand on it for the Tigers. 2:21 to go. And Harder's back for another year as well. And you get these freshmen with some experience. Riley Harlan is a 5'9" freshman, too. And we'll see Riley, I'm sure, at some point. In fact, she's in now. So Harlan's in the lineup for Atlantic, another freshman.
They keep shuffling them in and out. It's kind of hard to see who's in and out.
I'll tell you what, Lamb is in there as well. Lamb has got a lot of talent. DeBelle Berg is now in, the senior. This Lamp plays a lot of JV. She's got some talent as well. Satoff inside has the ball ripped away by Kells, and a jump ball is called. And it'll be Red Oak's ball. So we've got a running clock here now because of 35-point rule. It's 1:30 to go, third quarter. 55-9 Atlantic with the lead. Ramirez high and left to Kells. Back out top to Olivia Boswell. Lindsay, right side of Ramirez. Boswell at the top. Driving, bounce pass low, and Satoff got a hand in there. I think Jillian's going to be charged with a foul there. That's just one on Atlantic here in this third quarter. So we do have a running clock. Boys game coming up. That's scheduled to tip about 1 o'clock. They took some time to get these kids shuffled in. And so we didn't start this till about 12:40. Inbounds by Ramirez. Top of the circle, Johnson on the drive. Cut off nicely by Lamp now in the game. Out top to Boswell. Fires a three, missed a shot. Rebound, Delberg for Atlantic. She'll clear it out to Peyton McLaren for Trojans. 39 seconds on the Seed Pros scoreboard clock. Atlantic in the front. Down low to Satoff. Pushes one up, no good. Rebound Johnson for Red Oak, and Johnson will bring it across the timeline. Ellison Johnson with 27 seconds to play third quarter. High post to Lindsay. Down low to Johnson. Ball tipped away and stolen by Wiederstein, and she threw it away. Siebenecker runs it down. 14 seconds on the third quarter clock. Driving is Olivia Boswell. Runner up, no good. And a foul called on Atlantic, and that should put Boswell on the free throw line for a pair, as the clock will run out here in this third quarter. And that'll be it. I don't know if they're going to shoot free throws or not, but time's run out, guys. Here we go. And that's it after three. 55-9 Atlantic. We'll be back in a minute for the fourth quarter on 95.7 FM. Our live video stream, westerniowatoday.com, powered by Initiative.net.
Cass Health in Atlantic, Iowa is a nationally recognized hospital, and we are proud of the awards and all of our recent accomplishments. But do you know what drives us to be the very best? You. We're passionate about helping our patients heal and feel their very best at any age and any stage of life. Cass Health, Neighbors caring for neighbors.
Elkhart Plastics in Atlantic has a career opportunity for you. They're currently looking to hire first and second shift oven operators, first shift assemblers, and maintenance personnel, along with competitive pay and shift differential offered for second shift. Elkhart Plastics offers medical, dental, vision, company-paid life and disability plans, as well as vacation, paid holidays, education reimbursement, and retirement savings plans. Go to MyersIndustries.com/careers to view openings and fill out an application. Elkhart Plastics is an equal opportunity and affirmative action employer. Ball on KS 95.7 and live streamed at westerniowatoday.com.
Welcome back. Atlantic with the basketball to start the fourth quarter. Satoff inside, shot up by Harlan, good. Harlan set up nicely. Riley Harlan gets the two for Atlantic, and Satoff with the assist. 57-9 Trojans. Siebenecker in the front court for Atlantic. Out top, Olivia Boswell. They go left baseline. And a trap. And we got a whistle. The ball knocked out of bounds. So Atlantic will go with Bellberg. Lamp is in there. Bryn Lamp. Riley Harlan, McLaren, and Satoff. Underclassmen group in there right now. Runner by Kells, no good. Rebound, Merced Ramirez, and her putback is good. 57-11. And Merced Ramirez gets the bucket. Her first two of the game. Atlantic back in the front court. Satoff, baseline to McLaren. Down inside, Lamp on the drive. Shot up, blocked by Boswell. Ball loose, picked up by Riley Harlan. Back out top to Satoff. Just swinging right to Bill Berg. Baseline, Satoff. Dribble drive low, ball punched away nicely down low by Olivia Boswell, out of bounds. Atlantic will have it on the baseline. 6:40 to go. Atlantic at 57-11, and Coach Vargas has gone to his young players to the bench. Tigers bring in some of the younger players as well. Pass out top, shot for three, no good by McLaren. Rebound, Bellberg. Atlantic resets, down inside, shot up by Harlan, no good, and she's fouled. 6:19, and the clock stopped. Atlantic up 57-11.
And Tom, you know how I talked about in the last quarter there, how the height of this Atlantic team here, and they got a perfect individual to learn under, and for the next year as well with Peyton Herter coming back. You know, she's got amazing post moves. She's got an array of them. You know, so these taller freshmen coming in, they have a mentor that, you know, Hawkeye 10 all-conference mentor. So you're going to see some great Trojan basketball here in a couple of years, because just due to the fact that, you know, we have Peyton Herter coming back for another year, and you'll have all these girls learning under her.
No doubt. Good point, Cody. 6 minutes left. Atlantic up 57-11. Run up with the ball. Runner on the way. No good. Nice throw inside to Kate Wingfield. Atlantic gets the rebound. Wingfield off the bench. Almost got a layup. Trojans had the ball slapped out, but they'll keep it. And Addie Friend comes back in for Atlantic. Knuth is in there. Trojans will inbounds the ball. Anna McLaren. Right in the back court, brings it across the timeline. Back out top. Knuth, top of the circle, high and right. McLaren into Friend. Taken away nicely inside by Wingfield. And the Tigers get the ball back with 5:12 to play in the game. Boys game coming up. Atlantic at 57-11 the St. Pros scoreboard, and the backups getting some time in here. The Tigers short away at the other end. Siebenecker threw it down low, no one home. And Addie Friend will toss it into McLaren. The freshman will bring it across the timeline. A lot of freshmen in there right now. 4:46 to play out top to Knuth. Knuth will swing the ball around the perimeter to McLaren. Harlan she forced it low to Friend. They're just too close together. Steal by Runner. Yeah, Knuth gets it back. Her layup up and go. Can't get it to go. And the rebound pulled down by Maria Ramirez, and she throws it away. McLaren has it back for Atlantic, 57-11. 4:17 to play. We've got a timeout. And it's going to be Coach Vargas, and I believe calling the timeout with 4:16 to go. We'll take it with them. We're back right after this.
Rolling Hills Bank and Trust.
Here at Rolling Hills Bank and Trust, we're dedicated to agriculture. That's why we offer various services that fit your growing ag needs. All our decisions are made locally by experienced lenders that truly understand the unique challenges of your operation. We're large enough to handle all your lending needs, yet small enough not to lose that personal touch. Our dedicated loan officers want to work with you to help your operation grow and thrive. Feel free to stop in and talk about how we can help your business succeed. Rolling Hills Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Back to Atlantic Trojan Sports on KS 95.7 and live stream at westerniowatoday.com.
Welcome back to Atlantic as reserves getting to play here. Atlantic up 57-11 on the C-Pro scoreboard, and down the last 4 minutes of the game with the running clock. Trojans have the basketball in the front court. McLaren pulls up, fires a deep two, can't get it to go. Rebound, scramble for it. Friend comes up with it down low to Lamp. Shot blocked. Then he gets the ball back out top to McLaren. High right to Knuth. She'll launch a three. Good off the glass, and a foul called, I believe, on Red Oaks' Cade Wingfield. And that'll put Knuth on the free throw line for three. With 3:55 left to play. Trojans with 4 wins coming in. They were 2-2 in the Hawkeye 10. And I admit I failed to look to see if this was a conference game or not, Cody. Some count, some don't. Atlantic plays on the 30th back down at Red Oak. Knuth makes his second of 3. Their first points of the game. 58-11, Atlantic with the lead. And the second free throw is good. Avery Knuth with a couple of free throws, 2 for 3, 59-11 Atlantic. Tigers with a basketball, running clock, 3:50 to play. Shot put up and missed as Tigers going with Haley Rydberg in there. Missed the shot out of bounds. Atlantic gets the ball. 3:40 to go on the C-Pro scoreboard, 59-11 Atlantic with a big lead and a 27-1, 44-7 at the half. They go down low to Friend. Back near side to Lamp. Lamp shot from the elbow, can't get it. Rebound run down nicely by Maria Ramirez. Pass ahead to Natalie Johnson. Shot off the glass and good. Natalie Johnson got the bucket for the Tigers. 59-13. Atlantic with the lead. And the shot put up, no good. Rebound comes off to Johnson for the Tigers, or Ramirez, I should say. Red Oak in the front court with 2:50 to play. On the drive, the ball stolen away by McLaren, picked up by Knuth. And we've got a whistle and I believe a travel called. Or not check that. I think he's just motioning for a substitution. There we go. Satoff is in for Atlantic. She'll take the ball across the half-court line with 2.5 to play. High and right to Bellberg. Third baseline, back out top. Friend for 3, can't get it. Rebound inside, put back blocked. Satoff has it, shot blocked, and a foul called on Cade Wingfield with 2:20 to go. 59-13, Satoff will shoot a pair. Shot up and no good by Satoff. Second free throw coming up. Missed that one as well. Red Oak with the rebound. Atlantic gets it back, I should say. Bellberg back out top. Addie Friend to Berg. Berg on the drive. Cut off down underneath. Back to Berg. Now Friend. Lamp. Satoff, top of the circle on the drive down the left side. The freshman lays it up, no good. Satoff rebound, 1:57 to go. We've got a whistle, a jump ball is called. And he gets the ball back. And she'll shoot for 3. Friend got it off the board. Friend from the top of the circle. And the sophomore gets the 3 ball. 62-13. Or 61-13, excuse me. They're going to call that a 2. Red Oak in the front court. And on the drive and a foul called. It was Wingfield trying to get inside, so we'll correct that for Addie Friend. It was just a 2-point shot. 61-13. Riley Harlan comes in. Addie Friend goes out. A minute to play. Inbounds by the Tigers. Baseline shot up by Johnson, no good. And the rebound, Atlantic. 48 seconds to go. Atlantic 61-13 over Red Oak from the Seed Pros scoreboard. Satoff. Left side of the key with the ball in the bounce, back out top. Bellberg out to Satoff. Back out top. Give it a go inside. Satoff's layup, no good. Rebound inside to Lamp. Her putback is no good. Oh, rebound again, and Lamp gets the bucket for the Trojans. Bryn Lamp just kept battling, Cody.
Oh yeah, she kept battling with that tall frame of hers. You know, she was able to basically tower over the Red Oak defenders down low, get her own rebound, put it back.
Red Oak in the front, 2 balls, shot up and missed by Johnson. The ball out of bounds, and that'll be it here in the ball game. Atlantic will win it 63-13 over the Red Oak Tigers on the Seed Pro scoreboard. We'll be back in a minute to wrap things up. We're 95.7 FM, our live video stream, westerniowatoday.com.
Get to the
Elkhart Plastics in Atlantic has a career opportunity for you. They're currently looking to hire first and second shift oven operators, first shift assemblers, and maintenance personnel, along with competitive pay and shift differential offered for second shift. Elkhart Plastics offers medical, dental, vision, company-paid life and disability plans, as well as vacation, paid holidays, education reimbursement, and retirement savings plans. Go to myersindustries.com/careers to view openings and fill out an application. Elkhart Plastics is an equal opportunity and affirmative action employer.
First Windy Bank is the longest standing locally owned bank in Atlantic, and as such, we take pride in how we serve our community. For generations, we have been involved with our customers and their families by getting involved in community events and by supporting technology and teaching financial literacy in our schools. You'll also see our support of athletics on the scoreboards at home events. It's this involvement that allows us to know our customers and their families for generations. First Windy Bank, the only bank you'll ever need. Member
back to Atlantic in a packed house here. Cody McCreedy, Atlantic girls winning this one by the score of 63-13, and just a dominating performance.
Yeah, just a dominating performance over Red Oak. You know, they came out and they pressured them hard, and then they built such a cushion that they were able to push off and you know, kind of let up a little bit on that press there, and you know, get some of those younger freshmen in, get some valuable time in. So the second half, you saw a lot of good freshmen come in and, you know, get some valuable minutes, so you can see the future of Trojans girls basketball here, and you know, it's something to be excited about. So this is a good win, one to, you know, a feather in the cap there. You know, it wasn't too difficult of a win for them, but there's a lot of good that comes out of these kind of games, because you get those younger kids in and get some valuable minutes. And you can't really ask for any less of a stressful game for Vargason. So, you know, his blood pressure was probably low today, so it's probably a good thing for his health for this kind of game, because we see a lot of these games where his blood pressure is pretty high. So, you know, at the end of the day, there's a lot of good, and there's, you know, some things that the Trojans can work on, but, you know, a win's a win, so you got to take that and move on to the next game.
Well, let's take a look at the scoring, and Peyton Harder for Atlantic. In the first quarter, she had 17, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11. Or the first half, she had 15, I should say. She had 8, 10, 12, 15, and then 17 at the halftime break, and she ends up the ball game with 23 points for Atlantic here to lead all scores. Also, Schrader with a 3-ball for the Trojans. Zoe Kirchhoff had 2. Claire Pellet was 6 points. Katrina Williams had 2. And Maddie Richter for the game with a 3-ball and 3 free throws. She had 6. Lila Wiederstein with a couple of goals. She had 4. And Jillian Satoff had 1. Avery Knuth had 2 points. Riley Harlan had a pair. Addie Friend had a pair. And Glenn Lamp had 2 for the Trojans. And for Red Oak, just scoring was just tough for the Tigers here tonight. They ended up with 13 points at 7-10. Just could muster 4 points in that fourth quarter. And Olivia Boswell with 1. Natalie Johnson had 2. Merced Ramirez with 2. Ellie Johnson had 3. Emily Siebenecker had 5 points in the ball game for the Tigers, and that is the game. Atlantic led 27-1 after one quarter, 44-7. At the halftime break, 55-9 after 3 quarters, and they won it 62-13 as the boys now on the floor. And we're going to hear from Coach Dalton Franken come up in a moment. Our postgame show brought to you by Cass Health, neighbors caring for neighbors.
Good coaches know their players' strengths and weaknesses. They watch, evaluate, and come up with a game plan to make their team better. Like a good coach, when you bring your vehicle to McCreedy Tire, they listen to your concerns and give clear explanations on how they can help. They come up with a game plan to get your vehicle performing at its best. From tires to oil changes, brakes, engine repair, and more, McCreedy Tire can assist in all your vehicle needs and help you feel prepared for all the competitions ahead. McCreedy Tire and Service, where their game-winning service is always a slam dunk.
Take the floor, the boys basketball game tonight, or this afternoon, I should say, Cody McCreedy. And what can you expect here, first of all, for Atlantic?
Well, it's the inaugural day game here for the Trojans, so I think they're going to come out excited. I think they seemed, walking through the hallways this morning, they seemed very excited about this kind of game, being able to showcase their talent in front of basically all the kids that, look up to them. So this is going to be a great game, and I think the Trojans are going to come out and there's extra adrenaline here for this kind of game. It's when you're playing in front of this big of a crowd, it's exciting. So they look excited and they look ready to play some basketball here this afternoon. So, just hoping for the best and hopefully these kids can witness a good game.
Well, I think the Tigers have got some scoring threats with Max DeBreeze averaging 20 points a game. And he's an inside-outside type player.
Oh, yeah, and that's great to have an inside and outside type player. I mean, someone that can score in both, driving to the hoop and being able to step back and shoot a 3. So kind of keep the defense on the toes there, and it will open up some other players throughout the perimeter there for Red Oak. So you just got to, if you're the Trojans here, you just got to watch DeVries, make sure he doesn't, start, take over the game and be able to, keep him in check and, just score on your own. You can't really let the defense slack when you have a good player like DeVries.
Well, our coaches show is brought to you by McCreedy Tire and Service, your headquarters for all your automotive repairs and Goodyear tires at 100 West 2nd Street in Atlantic. We're going to hear from Atlantic head coach Dalton Franken right after this.
Good coaches know.
Get to the Super Bowl for Globe Bowling on Friday and Saturday nights. Perfect for birthdays, reunions, family and friend get-togethers, and date nights. They even have bumpers and ramps for the little ones. Globe Bowling, all the glow-in-the-dark fun you love. Plus, the friendly competition of bowling makes for a great night. Call Dan to schedule your next party at 243-4656. Globe Bowling on Friday and Saturday nights at the Super Bowl, Highway 71 in Atlanta.
Atlantic Head Boys basketball coach Dalton Franken. Coach, thank you for joining us. It's been one of those weeks where Mother Nature's held the upper hand, and Corinna game that has been postponed, Harlan postponed, but fortunately have 2 dates for those games. We'll talk about a little bit later on. But now the game in hand is Red Oak Tigers, and talk about your preparation for Red Oak at home in a interesting matchup, a 1 o'clock tip-off on a Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah, it'll be an exciting game. We got the afternoon game with the students from our school district attending, so it should be a fun atmosphere to play in. Should be a lot of energy in the gym, so we're excited.
Coach, talk about Red Oak a little bit. I know Max DeVries, obviously their leader, averaging about 20 points a game here coming in, and talk about his style.
Yeah, DeVries, he can really score it at all 3 levels. He shoots it really well from 3, and then He's really good at, really effective attacking the basket too. He's got a really good counter spin move that he uses going to the basket when you cut him off. So that's something we'll need to have our help side defense there to be there when he spins and counters off of when we cut him off on the drives there. So definitely got to be there on the catch against him, get a hand up, and then pack the driving lanes against him as well. And then their other senior guard, Hunter Galen's a really talented player too. So those are two guys that we're going to have to make sure that we know where they're at when they're on the floor at all times.
Gillian averaging about 14 a game, also coming into that contest, coaches. You mentioned the two main scorers here. What else is going to be important here to be successful against the Tigers?
They do a really good job mixing up their defenses. They'll do a 1-2-2 three-quarter court press, or trap, I guess is a better way to describe it. They're looking to trap you at the half-court line, or when you get it across half-court even, look to trap you. So we're going to have to be poised, keep our composure under pressure, get the ball to the middle of the floor and attack out of it. So those will be two key things, handling their trap and then, just containing DeFreeze as much as we can. Just make every basket that he gets tough and handle their pressure and try to get some easy baskets once we break their pressure.
Well, Coach, talk about your ball club here and what are some of the things you want to see from the Trojans?
I'd really like to see us get back to pressuring teams with our 1-2-2 press. Really would like to see us get after it and be able to stay in that all game. And with that, when you're pressing all game, it's tiring. So we're going to need to get contributions from our guys that are coming off the bench with Hudson McLaren, Roth Dembesti, and Sawyer Terrell as well. Especially with Hudson and Sawyer, they're both good enough athletes and long enough that I think that they can really be effective for us, pressuring the other team's guards for us. So I would really like to see us get some more out of our trap, and then get more out of our rotation guys in terms of when they come in, bringing energy and pressuring on the defensive end for us.
Obviously, Colton Rasmussen is everybody's target night in and night out, and I know Coach Osborne from Harlan touted Rasmussen is one of the best players in the conference, if not the best. And talk about the supporting cast here, and obviously with all eyes on him, it's going to be really important. And you mentioned some of those guys off the bench, Hudson and Sawyer Terrell and Roth Dembesti. How can the other guys really help take some of that pressure off Rasmussen here?
Yeah, we definitely, Colton's been great for us this year. I mean, carrying the scoring load, obviously. Gavin McLaren's been doing his part offensively for us. I think he's right at 13 points a game or right around there. So we've really been, it's kind of been the thing all year. We need a third guy to step up for us and be a scoring option for us. And I think we have, we have the guys there. It's just a matter of them staying confident and aggressive and taking advantage of their opportunities when they get them, whether it's open three on the perimeter for Nolan Waters or Hudson McLaren when he's in there, or Brock Henderson when he gets a favorable matchup down low to make sure we're taking advantage of the mismatch and finishing down low when we get it in there. So if we can get a third guy to step up offensively, it'll help, because then the defense has to respect more than just two guys, or even just keying on Colton. If they're keying on Colton, that means there's guys open. We just got to get them the ball and knock the shots down. So
with the missed practices last week, and everybody's really in the same boat when it comes to your competition, but did you do anything different?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is, so we got 3 games this week, so we're going to have to be really, really efficient in practice. Really efficient and really tighten our focus on our scouting reports and game plans for the opponents. So really focusing on 1 or 2 of their main actions that they do offensively, 1 or 2 things that they do defensively we need to make sure we rep against and make sure we're prepared for. So we just got to be really efficient, because we have 3 games and 2 practices next week, so we got to be really efficient with our time, and hopefully the weather clears up here for us this weekend so the guys can get in the gym a little bit and get some shots up on their own. But we'll see. I know, as a player, you definitely rather play games than practice, but when we do get practice time here this week, we got to be really efficient and make sure that we're focused and not wasting any time. So, and we will. Our guys have been really good all year, being focused and having good practices. So, we'll attack each game, just take it day by day, and hopefully have a good week here.
Very good. Looking forward to it, Coach. Hey, thank you very much. Best of luck.
Thanks, Tommy.
That's Atlantic Ed boys basketball coach Dalton Frank on the McAtee Tire Coaches Show. We'll be back with the starters right after this. The opening tip right here on 95.7 FM and live video streamed on westerniowatoday.com, powered by Nishdanet.
Cass Health in Atlantic, Iowa is a nationally recognized hospital, and we are proud of the awards and all of our recent accomplishments. But do you know what drives us to be the very best? You. We're passionate about helping our patients heal and feel their very best at any age and any stage of life. Cass Health, neighbors caring for neighbors.
It's time for Atlantic Trojan basketball. Here's Tom Robinson alongside Cody McCreedy on KS 95.7 and live streamed at westerniowatoday.com.
Welcome back to Atlantic as the students are here and parents are here and the players are warming up. And the Red Oak Tigers are looking for their first conference win, much like Atlantic. Both teams 0-4 in conference play. Red Oak is 3-7 overall, Atlantic 3-8. So similar records. I think we're going to be in for a really good basketball game here this afternoon.
Oh yeah, 2 pretty quality teams here. They're both very evenly matched. So yeah, we're going to have a good boys game here to watch, and to be able to witness. This community's going to witness a great game here.
Well, when you look at the Hawkeye 10 conference right now, Lewis Central 5-0 in the conference, but they're 5-4 overall. They played some tough competition. Kipper Catholic 4-0 and 9-1 in all games. Denison Schleswig 4-1 to 4-5. Glenwood 5-2, 6-4. Harlan 4-2 and 6-2. St. Albert 2-2 and 4-3. Preston 2-3, 2-6. Corinna 1-6, 5-6. Shenandoah 0-3, 5-7. Red Oak 0-4, 3-7. Atlantic 0-4 and 3-8. Coming in here, a lot of black and gold, and I've been able to check out the Red Oak fans. I'm sure they're here. The balcony's not full, but the bleachers on each side, they've got signs over there even for the young elementary students that just arrived in here. They've kind of shifted different classes, get to come in for the games, and looks like one of the classes made signs, so that's pretty neat. We're still 2:40 away from the starting lineups. We're going to take a break, and we'll be back in a minute with the starters and the opening tip-off. You're at 95.
First Windy Bank is the longest standing locally owned bank in Atlantic, and as such, we take pride in how we serve our community. For generations, we have been involved with our customers and their families by getting involved in community events and by supporting technology and teaching financial literacy in our schools. You'll also see our support of athletics on the scoreboards at home events. It's this involvement that allows us to know our customers and their families for generations. First Windy Bank, the only bank you'll ever need. Member FDIC.
Bank and Trust.
Here at Rolling Hills Bank and Trust, we're dedicated to agriculture. That's why we offer various services that fit your growing ag needs. All our decisions are made locally by experienced lenders that truly understand the unique challenges of your operation. We're large enough to handle all your lending needs, yet small enough not to lose that personal touch. Our dedicated loan officers want to work with you to help your operation grow and thrive. Feel free to stop in and talk about how we can help your business succeed. Rolling Hills Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
This segment of Did You Know by Amy Jo is about hydraulic hoses. Well, guess what? They break. And at the worst times possible, too. Atlantic Egg and Auto can build you a new hydraulic hose most of the time faster than it takes you to even get to town. Now, don't be getting a ticket racing to town to see me. Since you're here, you might as well get more hydraulic fluid, shop towels, detailing supplies, and fresh cab to keep those rodents out. Atlantic and Audubon Egg and Auto, your only locally owned CarQuest Auto Parts stores.
Colton, with you more involved with farming, what have you observed?
Farmers don't just work harder, they farm smarter.
We've definitely seen that with the Enlist weed control system.
Oh yeah, application is dictated by the grow stage, not a set date on the calendar, and you can take mix with liberty.
Plus, you have a post program that you don't have to worry about drifting into neighboring fields.
Nailed it. To learn more, contact the Seed Pros.
The Seed Pros, with you from the word go.
The Seed Pros, Mark Bantacker, Gary Dinklett, Nick Knudsen, and John Becker.
KS 95.7 is KSWI Atlantic, a proud part of Meredith Communications. KS 95.7.
Now, back to Atlantic Trojan Sports on KS 95.7 and live streamed at westerniowatoday.com.
And welcome back to Atlantic. Good afternoon as the Trojans and the Red Oak Tigers will match up here in Hawkeye 10 conference play. Red Oak starters look like this. Hunter Gilliland, a 5'8 senior, averaging 14 points a game. He's shooting about 45% from the field. Cyrus Benson, a 6'5 senior, also getting a start for the Tigers, averaging right at 7 points a game. Max DeVries, a 6'4 senior. And DeVries, starter, leads the team in scoring, averaging almost 21 a game. He's just shy of 21, shooting 71.7% for the free throw line. Rayford is Sifford. Sifford also starting. Sifford, so far here on the season, having a good start to the year. He gets a start, a 5'10 junior. And Brighton Bergman, the 6'3 senior, also getting a start. Bergman averaging 4.5 points per ball game. Braden Sifford averaging a 7.3 for the Tigers. So Red Oak goes 5'9", 6'5", 6'4", 5'10", and 6'3". Head coach of the Tigers, Coach DeVries. Ron DeVries leads the team for Red Oak Tigers. Atlantic head coach is Dalton Franken. And we'll have the lineups for the Tigers coming up here by the public address announcer. Our scoreboard is brought to you by the Seed Pros. They're by your side to maximize yield. Forward go. Contact John Becker, Mark Van Tiger, Gary Dinkla, and Nick Knudsen for all your Pioneer seed needs. Hunter Gilliland being introduced to the crowd. As we mentioned earlier, Gilliland, a 5'8 senior, and he's averaging right at 14 points a game. Sifford. Braden Sifford averaging about 7.3 points a ball game. A lot of Braden's on this team, Cody. Braden Bergman. A 6'3 senior. Not necessarily spelled the same, but also starting for the Tigers, Max DeVries, a 6'4 senior. They'll be going after him. Now have an eye on this guy. He's very active, can shoot the three, and it can also get the ball inside. Well, we take a look at the video board, and you can see the highlights of the Trojans. Atlantic will start. Nolan Waters in a guard, and Waters, well, I tell you what, just close to getting loose. He had that 20-some point game against Harlan a year ago, and they're just waiting for him to break out here this season.
Yeah, just waiting for him to break out and just knock down some threes, and you could see if he can start off the game and get some threes early on, his confidence, the more confidence he gains, the more he shoots. And that's what the Trojans need, is they need him to come out of the gates firing on all cylinders, making those threes, driving to the basket, getting some early points there, just to get that confidence going there for him. And once he starts to develop that confidence, then he'll start shooting more, and you'll see him scoring more points. So once he develops that confidence and once he sees the ball go in, you're going to see a lot more scoring coming out of Nolan Waters.
Colton Rasmussen, we haven't talked about him yet, but he leads all Class 3 in scoring with 288 points this season. He has over 1,000 career points on the year. And this guy, when he gets hot, he's kind of a streak shooter. Quick release, he doesn't even look at the basket. He just feels it. He's averaging 26.5 points a game coming in.
Yeah, and, you know, that's you're gonna get those points out of Colton Rasmussen. It's a little out in here, isn't it?
You know, and Cody, when he may have 4 in the first quarter, but yeah, he comes out and he gets his 26 somehow each and every night. Hey, the opening tip-off is coming up. It's brought to you by the First Whitney Bank, a local bank, the only bank you'll ever need, First Whitney Bank.
Work seems a lot like...
Good coaches know their players' strengths and weaknesses. They watch, evaluate, and come up with a game plan to make their team better. Like a good coach, when you bring your vehicle to McCreedy Tire, they listen to your concerns and give clear explanations on how they can help. They come up with a game plan to get your vehicle performing at its best. From tires to oil changes, brakes, engine repair, and more, McCreedy Tire can assist in all your vehicle needs and help you feel prepared for all the competitions ahead. McCreedy Tire and Service, where their game-winning service is always a slam dunk.
Back to Atlantic, a great crowd, a great atmosphere. The youth here, the student body in elementary, middle school, high school, Cody and McCreedy. It's just great to see some of these kids out, and hopefully they'll come back. You know, a lot of these kids probably haven't been to a ball game and having a good time here in Atlantic here today.
Yeah, and hopefully they'll come back, and also you hopefully some of these kids will be motivated to join the basketball team when they get in high school.
Good point.
You come and watch some of these kids that I remember when I was in school. These kids were about the kids' age that you see in the stands here.
Yeah.
And I know that it would just meant the world to them to do something like this. I think this is a great opportunity, and I think this is a great thing that Atlantic is doing here, for the kids. And this is a very kid-driven school. The kids are, always on the forefront, the front of the administrator's mind.
Here's the jump, controlled by the Trojans. Waters trying to run it down, but Sifford comes up with it for Renault. And Gillen will take the ball out top, run away. The Tigers with the basketball top of the circle. Gifford at the top, he'll leave it off near side to Berggren. Berggren hands it off out top to Vries, averaging 20 points a game. Atlantic in a man defense, Sifford on the left wing. Reverse dribble back out top to Gilliland. He'll step back, fire baseline. Atlantic with good defense here with the 11 on the shot clock for Rideau. Back inside, a steal by Waters. They try to go inside to Menson. Waters with a steal, he'll take it down the lane and throws it away. He had a shot. And he tried to throw it to Henderson baseline right. He might have been able to finish that with a 2. But the Tigers get the ball back. Just away on the Seed Pro scoreboard. No score. With the basketball, Gillen across the timeline for Red Oak. They'll get the ball left wing. Sifford to back out top. Driving. DeVries inside. Shot up. Good. DeVries got the 1. He gets the 2 and the 1. And DeVries go to the free throw line and shoots one shot. So the 2-point shot, and Red Oak takes a 2-0 lead. And DeVries from the free throw line. Trying to put the Tigers up 3-0. Here it is, good. So Red Oak takes a 3-0 lead. The Trojans get the basketball. DeVries averaging 20 points a game, gets the and 1. Waters high and left, back out top to Rasmussen, baseline to Brock Henderson. Back to Rasmussen, top of the circle. On the move, kick out top, Waters, he'll set, fire the 3, good! Waters, we just talked about him, Cody McCreedy. And Waters gets the triple, DeVries driving and a whistle. And we've got a DeVries must have stepped out of bounds on that baseline. And Atlanta gets the ball back, a 3-3 game. 6:49 to play, first quarter of the Seed Pro scoreboard. Waters will bring it across the timeline for Atlantic. Nolan had that 3-point shot last possession. Bounce pass, high post to Gavin McLaren. Back out top to Waters, guarded by Gillen on top of the circle. Waters angles right now back left. Works off the screen. Scoops it off baseline to Tyrell. Williams back out top to Gavin McLaren. Down low to Brock Henderson. He'll take it to the rack. Layup no good, and the rebound pulled down by the Tigers. Minson with the board. Gillen with the ball. Passes left wing, pass inside, shot by Sifford, no good. Rebound Waters for Atlantic. Here come the Trojans. Waters on the move, he'll take it in, shot no good. It was hit out of bounds. Gillen got a hand on it, then Waters knocked it out. 6:09 to go, first quarter, Seed Pros scoreboard. We're tied at 3. Max DeVries with a bucket and a free throw. Nolan Waters splashed down a 3-ball for Atlantic. Tigers in the front court. Minson to Sifford. Grady Sifford to the bucket. Now right side. 3-ball up and by Gillen, no good. And the rebound comes off to Red Oak. And we've got a whistle. A foul is called. Nice board by Berggren. 5:51 to go, first quarter. So Atlantic with 2 fouls early. That one on Brock Henderson. 5:51 to go, first quarter. Inbounds DeVries. To Berggren. Menson. Gillen top of the circle. Gillen on the drive. Right side of DeVries. Picked up by Rasmussen. DeVries takes it to the rim. Baseline Menson. Short J. No good. Rebound tipped out of bounds. Last touch by the Tigers. Atlantic will have it. 5:37 to go, second quarter. 3-3 ball game. Ball across the timeline. Waters, high post to Gavin McLaren. Over to Tyrell Williams. Into McLaren. Triple team down low. And a hand on it by Sifford. Minson was there as well. Berggren. Atlantic with the ball out of bounds along the baseline. Rasmussen yet to take a shot for Atlantic. 3-3 game. 5:25 to go to first quarter. They get the ball at top to Gavin McLaren. Back to Rasmussen. He'll stop, pop the 3, no good. Rebound pulled down by DeVries for Red Oak. Here come the Tigers to the front. DeVries spinning in the block, followed by Jay off the glass, no good. Rebound inside Berggren. Put back he's fouled. And Red Oak tough on those rebounds here early. 5:09 to go in the first quarter. 3-3 ball game, and at the line is Braden Berggren. And his free throw on the way and no good. 5:09 to go. 3-3 game. Brighton Berggren's second free throw coming up. Trying to break the tie. Ball in flight, and it is good. Berggren 1 of 2. And it's 4-3 Tigers. Atlantic to the
Hi everyone, it's Caitlin with your Atlantic Hy-Vee. Have you signed up or upgraded to our Perks program yet?
Atlantic in the front court. They work the ball out top. Rasmussen brings across the timeline. Call it. I'm off the air.
So Red Oak dribbling down. 3-pointer by Red Oak there, and is good. So Red Oak hits the 3 there to extend the lead to 7-3.
Dang, the oxygen tank is empty again. When you visit town, can you pick one up from Atlantic Ag and Auto?
Empty? I just got a full tank. Did you leave the valve open again? How many times do I have to tell you? Lefty loosey, righty tighty. I'll check the acetylene. It's probably empty too.
Huh, we all know who's full of hot air.
What was that?
I said Atlantic Ag and Auto. Your locally owned CarQuest Auto Parts store has welding supplies. Give them a call today, 712-254-7373.
Foul there on Red Oak.
And welcome back. Tom Robinson alongside Cody.
We are happy to announce that Rolling Hills Bank and Trust's new digital online banking is here. We'll continue to have all the features that you've come to enjoy, such as our mobile deposit, bill pay, and e-statements.
So Rasmussen then has the ball dribbling up the court here. Rasmussen get 2 points there. Waters with 3. That's the only scoring there for the Trojans. And Gavin McLaren joins him there with a 2-pointer. So Gavin McLaren gets on the board with 2 to tie this game up at 7.
second shift oven operators, first shift assemblers, and maintenance personnel, along with competitive pay and shift differential offered for second shift. Elkhart Plastics offers medical, dental, vision, company-paid life and disability plans, as well as vacation, paid holidays, education reimbursement, and retirement savings plans. Go to MyersIndustries.com/careers to view openings and fill out an application. Elkhart Plastics is an equal opportunity and affirmative action employer. Now, back to Atlantic Trojan basketball on KS 95.7 and live stream at westerniowatoday.com.
And welcome back to Atlantic. 9-7 is the count. Atlantic with the lead, a 2-point lead. 3:38 to play here in this first quarter. Gavin McLaren will shoot for the Trojans. McLaren averaging double figures coming in. He has 4 points in the ball game for Atlantic. And McLaren's free throw is good. 5 points for Gavin McLaren. And it's Atlantic up 10-7 a Seed Pro scoreboard. Red Oak in the front court. And we got a foul call to the Trojans. So Nolan Waters with 3. Rasmussen has a pair for Atlantic. And Gavin McLaren with 5 points for the Trojans. Gillen at the free throw line for Red Oak. 9-7 Atlantic lead. Free throw on the way, and it's in and out, no good by Gilliland. 3:30 to go in the first quarter. The Seed Pros scoreboard. Atlantic up 10-7. Gillen's second free throw is in flight, and it is good. Gillen 1 for 2. Max DeVries has 3, and Berggren has 1. 10-7 Atlantic with the lead. Gavin McLaren out top to Demesti. High and right to Hudson. Down low, driving McLaren. Layup no good. Rebound comes off the Red Oak Tigers. They'll bring it to the front court. Red Oak on the left wing. Sifford with it for the Tigers. Bounce pass to Gilliland out top. 3:08 to go first quarter. Gilliland driving inside. And the ball stolen away by Hudson McLaren. And he throws it over to Rasmussen. Tipped out by the Tigers. Gilliland was there. 3:02 to go. And checking in is DeVries, and Gilliland will come back out for Red Oak. 3:02 to go, 10-8. Atlantic with the lead on the Seed Pros scoreboard. And Rasmussen to throw it in. He has 2 points so far here in the ball game. They'll kick it out top to Hudson McLaren. McLaren across the timeline, and we've got a whistle and a foul underneath away from the basketball. .257 to go. Hudson McLaren will throw it in far sideline. Looks for a cutter. Rasmussen out top. Another 3 to go. Hudson McLaren high and right for Atlantic. Waters baseline. Looked at the triple. Back out top to Rasmussen. He'll spot up the 3. Good! Oh, Rasmussen with the triple for Atlantic. 13-8 Trojans. Rasmussen with 5. Averaging 26. Tigers in the front court. On the drive, DeVries. Shot no, and a foul call on Colton Rasmussen from the back. And that'll be 5 on Atlantic with 2:30 to go first quarter. The Seed Pros scoreboard.
And that right there, the 3-pointer there by Rasmussen, that's a shot that not everyone can make. And, 99% of the people cannot make that unless your name is Colton Rasmussen. Falling down while shooting with the guy's hand in your face, nothing. That was beautiful, and that's a professional. That's a college-like move, I should say.
DeVries second of 2 coming up. And he made the first, and he hits the second. And now it's a 13-10 game. You're right, Cody. And he just has such a quick release. 2:26 to go in the first quarter of the Seed Pro scoreboard. Rasmussen drives. Runner no good. Rebound. Tyrell Williams out to Brock Henderson. He'll kick it out top to Rasmussen. He'll fire a triple. Good! There you go again. From the same spot. The Atlantic up 16-10. DeVries for 3. Can't get it to go. Atlantic has the board surrounded. Waters snags the rebound. kicks the left wing. Rass for three, no good. The rebound, Hudson McClaren. We got a foul called, I believe. Was that on the shot? No, it's on the rebound. The Tigers will have the basketball. With 1:55 to play in the first quarter, 16-10. Atlantic with the lead. Rasmussen with a couple of three balls.
Oh, man, if that three would have went in, this place would have just exploded. And you knew all along when they're running down, you knew Colton was going to shoot that three. But, the kids were on their feet. They were waiting. They were wanting that three to go in.
Atlantic up 16-10 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Reddick with the basketball. DeVries out top. Driving, shooting, missing, and a foul called on Atlantic. With 1:45 to go in the first quarter. So DeVries will shoot a pair. Atlantic up 16-10. 1:45 to go first quarter. DeVries shot up and good. Max DeVries averaging 20 a game. 4 for 4 for the line here in this first quarter is 9 points. Second free throw good. 10 for DeVries. And Atlantic with the basketball. Hudson McClaren, the sophomore, driving across the timeline in a methodical fashion. Atlantic up by 4, 16-12. He'll dribble top of the circle. Leave it off to Rasmussen, left wing. Back out top to Waters. Inside, Williams, short J, no good. Yeah, McClaren rebound. Kicks left, and he's fouled by Bergman, the 6'3 senior. That's going to be 4 on Red Oak here in this first quarter. And Atlantic will inbounds the baseline right side. And in the lineup for the first time is going to be Bennett Johnson, the 6'2 junior. So Hudson McClaren will throw it in out top to Nolan Waters. Waters on the drive, layup no good, blocked. Rebound comes off to Red Oak. Sifford on the drive, he'll take it all the way in, layup no good. Rebound DeVries, put back is missed. And the ball to Sifford, Red Oak will retry. Baseline, 3-ball, good! They go to the baseline, and Bergman knocks down the triple for Red Oak, and it's 16-15. Atlantic by 1. Out top, Rasmussen pulls up, release from the top of the circle, missed everything, it was out of bounds. And the Tigers have the ball back with 50 seconds to play in the first quarter. Score brought to you by the Seed Pros. They're by your side to maximize yields from the word go. Your Pioneer Pros, John Becker, Mark Ventagger, Gary Dinkla, and Nick Knutson. Gillen drives, Gillen lays it up good. Gillen with 3 points. And it's 39 seconds to go here in this first quarter. 17-16, Red Oak takes the lead. Ball is loose, whistle and a foul called. And it's going to be on the Tigers, I believe. So Red Oak takes a 17-16 lead on Gillen's shot. With 31 seconds to go first quarter. And that's, they're showing 4 fouls on the board. And now we're going to walk to the other end. That's going to be on McClaren. That's his second, so we're going to go to the other end, and I believe it's going to be Hunter Gillen shooting the free throws at the other end. Atlantic with 6 fouls in the first quarter. And Gillen's free throw is no good off the heel. Gillen with 2 points in the game. His second free throw coming up with 31 seconds to go. It's up and it is good. 18-16 Tigers by 2. Here comes Rasmussen across the timeline. 25 seconds to go. Pulls up at the baseline. Elevates and shoots and misses. And the rebound at Williams for Atlantic. Out to Rasmussen. Layup up. Good! And he's fouled. Rasmussen will have the bucket in 1. What a tough shot. And the Trojans back up 18 to tie the game at 18-18.
You know, Tom, that shot wouldn't have been possible there if it wasn't for that hustle play there by Tyrell Williams. That's something that doesn't show up in the scorebook, but that was a great hustle play there for Tyrell Williams to swat the ball back in right to Rasmussen for that layup.
So checking in is Carson Roeder. So Roeder's in, and Rasmussen will shoot the and one. Try to put Atlantic back up 19-18. Here's the free throw. It's good. Atlantic back up by one, 19-18. Tigers with the ball. Shot missed. Rasmussen rebounds. 6 seconds, 5, 4 to go. The ball batted out of bounds by Roeder with 3 seconds to go. The Atlantic will have the ball out of bounds along the baseline. They'll toss it in here up 19-18. And checking in for the Tigers is Sifford. He'll throw it in for the baseline left side of the basket. And he's looking out top to Rasmussen. Rass on the move, dribbles off his toes. Sifford gets the ball, throws it up from half court, no good. And we are through 1 quarter of play, 19-18. Trojans by 1. We're back right after these on 95.7 FM and live video streamed at WesternIowaToday.com.
Olson's Outdoor Power is your one-stop service and equipment shop for all things outdoor. We sell the best power sports products in the business, from Polaris, Can-Am, Sea-Doo, and Ski-Doo, trailers to tackle any job from H&H, Triton, and Wilson, and we continue to lead the way in lawn and garden equipment with great products from Exmark, Dixie Chopper, Husqvarna, Cub Cadet, Steel, and Echo. Add factory-trained technicians in 2 locations, and it's easy to see why Olson's Outdoor Power is the leader in all things outdoor. Olson's Outdoor Power, your one-stop service and equipment shop with locations in Atlantic and Carroll.
Gas prices got you down? Need a ride to work or the grocery store? There's public transportation for everyone in Southwest Iowa. SWITA offers taxi service in Atlantic, Glenwood, Harlan, Missouri Valley, Red Oak, and Shenandoah. $2.50 each way or $2 for seniors 60 years and older. Just call 1-800-842-8065 or visit swita.com to schedule your ride.
Now, back to Atlantic Trojan Sports on KS 95.7 and live stream at WesternIowaToday.com.
Welcome back. Atlantic up 19-18, a back and forth first quarter. Colton Rasmussen leads Atlantic with 11 points. He has 2 threes, a couple of 2-point shots, and 1 for 1 from the line. Gab McLaren with 5. Waters with 3 for Atlantic. And the Tigers have the basketball. Out top is Sifford. No points yet in the game. Sifford down low. Pulls up, leans in, puts one off the glass, no good. Good rebound for Henderson for Atlantic. He'll clear it out to Waters. We've got an injured Tiger here in the backcourt. Atlantic can go ahead with it. Waters back out top to Rasmussen. Spinning, and he traveled with it. It'll be Red Oak's ball. And we do have an injured Red Oak Tiger player here in the back, and that's going to be, I believe it's Bergman. Might have twisted his ankle there in that back court. And Coach DeVries is going to come out and check on him. And as he does, so we'll break away. We're back right after this.
Elkhart Plastic.
Are you ready to be part of something bigger? I'm Myron Stein, president of Stein Seed Company. We're seeking exceptional individuals like you to join our team as independent sales representatives. If you're passionate about agriculture, ready to make a difference, and want unlimited earning potential, join the Stein team as an ISR. To learn more about open positions near you, contact your local Stein RSA, Darren Petty, at area code 712-249-5884.
Colton, with you more involved with farming, what have you observed?
Farmers don't just work harder, they farm smarter.
We've definitely seen that with the Enlist weed control system.
Oh yeah, application is dictated by the grow stage, not a set date on the calendar, and you can take mix with liberty.
Plus, you have a post program that you don't have to worry about drifting into neighboring fields.
Nailed it. To learn more, contact the Seed Pros.
The Seed Pros, with you from the word go.
The Seed Pros, Mark Bantacker, Gary Dinklett, Nick Knutson, and John Becker.
Oh, and Mr. Bergman has helped off the floor. Sifford with the basketball for the Tigers. The top of the circle spinning. Scoop shot up, no good. Rebound, Gab McLaren for Atlantic. And boy, he gets the ball away. He was attacked underneath. Pass ahead of Brock Henderson. He'll drive in, lead her up. Offhand shot, no good. DeVries rebound for Red Oak. Fresh 8 on the board here in the second quarter. DeVries drives, wild shot, missed. Brock Henderson with the rebound for Atlantic. Henderson averaging 7 boards a game. The Trojans turn it over. Back to DeVries. He'll fire a 3, well short. And Waters had a great block out. And Sifford threw it back in.
Right off his head.
Right off his head. DeVries will throw it in for Red Oak. 19-18 Atlantic by 1 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Henderson comes out. Waters is going to come out. McLaren and Williams in for the Trojans. DeVries will throw it in. They'll kick it out top. Gilliland on Williams. And we've got a blocking foul on Williams. Just didn't quite get possession. A position there. That's 1 on the Trojans' second quarter. So the inbounds pass for Red Oak. DeVries will throw it in. In the lineup for Berggren. Minson back in. They'll go down underneath, and we got a whistle travel called on Tyler Beeson now in. Beeson actually took Bergman's place. Atlantic has the ball, 6:55 to go, second quarter. 19-18, Trojans by 1. Hudson McLaren will bring it across the timeline. Yet to score here in this second quarter. Rasmussen high left, giving go McLaren down the lane. Shot up, no good. He's fouled on the floor. That's one of the Tigers here in the second quarter. So it'll be Hudson McLaren to throw it in. Right side of the basket. Bennett Johnson will check back in. He played a little bit in that first quarter. He's back in the game for Red Oak. Shot by McLaren, missed the shot. Rebound to Mesty. Off his hand, DeVries gets it for Red Oak. They can take the lead this possession. DeVries top of the circle. Over to Gilliland left wing. He'll drive in, scoop shot down low, layup. Good. What an assist. And Bennett Johnson gets the bucket for the Tigers. And Red Oak takes a 20-19 lead over Atlantic. Rasmussen high and left, goes baseline, followed by Jay from 10, and it is good! And he's fouled by Sifford. So Rasmussen gets the baseline Jay and 1. And Atlantic back up 21-20 with Colton Rasmussen getting the and 1. Rasmussen with 13 points. And his free throw is on the way and it's good. Rasmussen with 14, Atlantic up 22-20. Red Oak in the front court. And they get a shot to make it 22-22. That was Gillen getting the bucket. Atlantic back in the front. Waters top of the circle for the Trojans. Tied at 22. Waters drives. Layup up is no good. Rebound. DeVries for Red Oak. Pass ahead to Gilliland. Going back across to DeVries. Guarded by Rasmussen. Takes it to the rim. Spinning, shooting. The ball knocked out by the Trojans. And it'll be Red Oak's ball as DeVries attacking the rim. He had 3 guys on him. We're tied at 22-22. And the inbounds pass for DeVries. 6:13 to go, second quarter. Sawyer Terrell comes in for Atlantic and Waters comes out. Oh, and Waters. And we've got a timeout called, I believe, by Red Oak. Yeah, Coach DeVries calling a timeout. Tied at 22, 6:13 to go here in this first half. We're back right after this at 95.7 FM and live video streamed on WesternIowaToday.com.
We are Elkhart Plastics in Atlantic has a career opportunity for you. They're currently looking to hire first and second shift oven operators, first shift assemblers and maintenance personnel, along with competitive pay and shift differential offered for second shift. Elkhart Plastics offers medical, dental, vision, company paid life and disability plans, as well as vacation, paid holidays, education reimbursement, and retirement savings plans. Go to MyersIndustries.com/careers to view openings and fill out an application. Elkhart Plastics is an equal opportunity and affirmative action employer.
Welcome back to Atlantic. Tom Robbins alongside Cody McCreedy. We're tied at 22. Red Oak with the basketball, and DeVries will throw it in for the baseline. Near side to Gilliland. Skip pass way across the paint and out of bounds. Turnover, Red Oak. They try to get it way across the paint. And Atlantic will have the ball. 22-22. They try to get over to Roeder in the game. Hudson McClaren out top for the Trojans. Baseline, Sawyer Terrell down low. Henderson layup no good. Gab McClaren fighting for it. Gets it back. Roth and Bestie baseline shot. Got it. 10-footer. Bestie with the two. Big one. And Atlantic up 24-22. Trojans on the defensive end. Gillen driving, and he traveled with it. Good turnover for Atlantic. Now back the other way. 5:43 to go first half. 24-22, Atlantic by a pair. Rasmussen will bring it across to Hudson McClaren. Red Oak in a man-to-man defense. DeVries and Rasmussen have been battling all afternoon. Gary McClaren out top. Gavin out top. Rasmussen, he'll fire a three. No good. And the rebound ripped down by Minson. Foul called on Atlantic. Tigers having it back with a 24-22 lead. That's the first foul on Rofton Bestie. 5:28 to go, first half. Gilliland across the timeline. Minson. Pass left side to Roeder. He'll fire a deep three. Listen, we got another blocking foul. Illegal screen on Red Oak. 24-22. Atlantic by a pair with 5:20 to play first half. And now checking in is Tyler Beeson, the 6'4" junior. Rasmussen will throw it in to Hudson McClaren. He'll bring it across the half-court line for Atlantic. Picked up out top by Roeder. Out top to Gavin McClaren. Back to Hudson, top of the circle. Swings it left baseline. On the drive to Bestie. Terrell. McClaren high and right. Back out top to Gavin McClaren. They'll go left wing. Rass out top for three. Can't get it to go. And the rebound, Gilliland for Red Oak. He'll clear it out on the dribble. To DeVries, right baseline. Ball loose, tipped around. Atlantic has it. Rasmussen with it. 4:49 to play, first half. 24-22, Atlantic by 2. Rasmussen on the move. Layup up. Good! 16 for Rasmussen. Atlantic up 26-22. Tigers in the front court. Roeder tried to drive. We got another foul here. 4:34 to go. Sawyer Terrell, the guilty party here. Atlantic by 4. Inbounds, Red Oak. Back out top to Beeson. Baseline, DeVries. Got it! DeVries with the triple. Boy, is that big for Red Oak. And DeVries with 13. Atlantic now up by just one, 26-25. High post, Gab McClaren. Back out top. Swings it left. McClaren. Baseline. Terrell. Back out to Rasmussen. In flight for three short. And it goes out of bounds. Red Oak's ball. So Beeson will throw it in with 4:04 to go second quarter. Atlantic up 26-25. And the inbounds pass coming up for Cyrus Minson. He'll throw it in from the left side of the baseline. Atlantic drops back in a half-court defense. Gilliland will take the inbounds pass from Minson. He'll bring it across the timeline. 4 minutes left, first half. Gilliland driving. Ball kicked out top. DeVries will launch the three. No good. Rebound tipped out by the Tigers. Atlantic will have the ball back. Reese Montgomery now in. Tipped the ball out. Atlantic will have it. Just a freshman. Montgomery, just a freshman for the Red Oak. Atlantic up by 1. 3:50 to go, first half. Hudson McClaren. Rasmussen high and left. And a whistle. We got a foul called on Red Oak. With 3:45 to go. Second quarter. Well, a lot different than the girls' game, Cody.
Yeah, lots of fouls and very physical basketball game here, and it's close as we get inch closer to halftime here. So, it's been a great game so far.
So Atlantic will have the ball out of bounds near sideline. Cyrus Minson comes out for the Tigers with a little more size in there with Bennett Johnson. Coach DeVries talking to the official here with 3:45 to go, second quarter. Not sure what the discussion's about, and we're going to have looks like a timeout. Atlantic's coming to the sideline. We apologize. We were way up high here, and the Coach DeVries talked to the official, and then the officials huddle up, and now we're coming back with Hudson McLaren to throw it in. 1 point lead for Atlantic, 26-25. McLaren to toss it in. Out top to Rasmussen. Baseline. Sawyer Terrell back to Rasmussen, spinning in the block. He's triple team back out to DeBesti. He'll toss up a three, no good. Rebound, Matt DeVries for the Tigers. And the pass ahead, the freshman. Kick out, Gilliland. Takes it inside, pushes it up, no good, a foul called. Red Oak does a good job of attacking the rim.
Oh yeah, they're getting the Trojans to foul them. They're getting them off balance. Immediately when they catch the ball, they know what they're going to do. They're going to drive to the basket, and they're catching the Trojans flat-footed, and that's what all the fouls are getting called is they're blocking fouls because they're just blowing right past them.
Gilliland will shoot a pair. First one good. We're tied at 26-26. Couple of new Bergman back in. Good to, I believe, yeah, Bergman, who went out with that bad ankle, gets back in there for Red Oak. 26-26, 30-25 to play. First half of the City Pro scoreboard. Second free throw is no good. And the rebound. Pulled down by Atlantic. Tied at 26. Rasmussen kicks it left baseline. Terrell fires up a three. Too deep. Rebound, Gab McLaren for Atlantic. Back out top to Rasmussen. He'll take it to the rim. Scoop shot. Good. Colton Rasmussen with 18. And the Tigers turn it over at the other end. Atlantic gets the ball back. Up 28-26. 3:02 to go in the second quarter of the Seed Pro scoreboard. Nolan Waters will check in. For Atlantic, Bergman is back in, the 6'3" junior. 3:02 to play in the first half. Atlantic up by 2, 28-26 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. Rasmussen across the timeline with 18 points here in this first half, averaging 26. Baseline Waters. Red Oak playing that box in one. Atlantic turns it over at the other end. They play that zone, and they have a man on Rasmussen, but he still has 18 points. Red Oak in the front court.
That's just how talented he is.
Yeah. Gilland back out top. Bergman. DeVries driving, layup, no good. Rebound, Waters for Atlantic. And he'll clear it out on the dribble. 2:34 to play second quarter. Waters at the top. Out to McLaren. Angles right, hands off Rasmussen. Behind the arc, takes it up, elevates, shoots, scores. Little runner inside for Rasmussen. Atlantic up 30-26. And a whistle after the shot. Rasmussen with 20 points in the first half. And the official coming to the bench. Well, he just takes control. That was just a little runner. He has some ups. He's a high jumper. State qualifier in the high jump. He gets up in the air. He's 6'4". Just a little runner that went in for the senior. He has 20 points. So Berg will throw it in for Red Oak at the other end. Atlantic will line up in that half-court defense with 2:19 to play in the half. Atlantic by 4. Gilliland on the drive. Finds a seam, slithers in. Layup good. Nice drive by Gilliland. He's got 8 points for the Tigers. Atlantic in the front court. Up 2 points, 30-28 the Seed Pro scoreboard. Rasmussen on the move. Up the free throw line. Shoots and it's blocked by DeVries. Steal by Rasmussen. DeBesti down to Brock Henderson. His shot up and no good. DeVries with a rebound. 1:50 to play in the half. DeVries to the front court for the Tigers. 30-28 Atlantic with the lead. Gilliland top of the circle. Leaves it off for Sifford. Sifford angles left on the dribble. Back to Gilliland, left baseline, guarded by Hudson McLaren. Gilliland drives in, kicks right. Bergen fires a triple. In and out, no good. Rebound Henderson for Atlantic. Trojans bring it to the front court. Rasmussen high and right. Whips it baseline. Waters driving, bounce across to DeBesti. He'll take it to the rim. Shot no good. He's fouled. And he'll go to the free throw line for 2 with 1:19 to go second quarter. 30-28, Atlantic by 2. Bessie with a pair. He has 2 points here in the ball game. And his 16, 18 points for the season. Hasn't scored a lot. Free throw missed. 18 total points. He's played in 11 games. Second free throw for the senior. Bessie to put Atlantic up by 3 if he can make it. And the free throw's on the way, and it is good. 31-28, Atlantic with the lead. Red Oak with the basketball. And they almost throw it away. Vincent gets it out top to Gilliland. Old angles right, now drives in the paint. Runner up and good. Gilliland starting to get some points here. He has 10. And it's 31-30. Atlantic by 1. 1 minute left, first half. Colton Rasmussen, top of the circle. Behind the back dribble. He has 20. Kicks it left to Hudson McClaren, back right side of Waters. He'll launch a 3, short. Rebound, Bergman inside for the Tigers. And double dribble called on Bergman. So Atlantic gets the ball back with a 31-30 lead on the C Pro scoreboard. 45 seconds to play. First half. Hudson McClaren will throw it in. Looking for a cutter. Baseline, Brock Henderson. He'll take it in, lean her up, and no good. Rebound, ripped down by Menson. Gets it out to the freshman. And he'll bring it to the front court. Montgomery, baseline, driving. Menson loops it back inside. Bergman, shot up and good. And Red Oak takes a 32-31 lead. Atlantic back with it with 20-19, 18 seconds to go in the half. 32-31 Red Oak, 14 seconds, 13 seconds to go. Rasmussen dribbles near the center circle. Gets the screen, drives at 8. Has the ball back at 6. Hudson McClaren drives at 3. Gets it down outside of Waters, fires it 1 for 3. Good! There you go! 34-32. Atlantic with the lead at the break. Our halftime brought to you by Olson's BP and Olson's Fuel. We'll talk to Atlantic head coach Dan Vargason right after this.
When you're on the go.
First Windy Bank is the longest standing locally owned bank in Atlantic, and as such, we take pride in how we serve our community. For generations, we have been involved with our customers and their families by getting involved in community events and by supporting technology and teaching financial literacy in our schools. You'll also see our support of athletics on the scoreboards at home events. It's this involvement that allows us to know our customers and their families for generations. First Windy Bank, the only bank you'll ever need. Member FDIC.
Tigers in a very close back and forth matchup, and we're joined by the Atlantic head girls basketball coach Dan Vargason here, coach. I get this thing going here, and I tell you what a ball game. You just kind of open things up and never quit. What can you say about your team's big win today?
Yeah, I was glad that we came out. There's a lot of energy in the gym. You have to be able to harness that. And I think the first minute or so, you could see just a little bit of the nerves offensively, throwing the ball around a little bit. But once we settled in, we just took over the game. We rebounded. Our emphasis was rebounding the ball, playing solid defense, contesting the threes. They don't like to get to the rim. They want to shoot from the perimeter and get put back. So play good defense, rebound, and then go score, get the ball inside. We didn't think that they could stop our post play, and I think we proved they struggled with that. Peyton had 23 and she only played about a quarter and a half. So, it's just good to see us get the ball inside, follow game plan, and build off that Kemper game.
Well, your defense was relentless, coach.
Yeah, we pulled press at quarter, moved it back and just played some half-court stuff, mixed some things up, mixed some kids in. But the biggest message we wanted to tell our kids today was when we got up big in the first quarter, keep playing basketball.
Yes.
We'll scale back what we do. We're not going to press. We're not going to do that. But you still have to play basketball and play hard. We've had years past where when we get up, we kind of throw in the towel and I get sloppy and don't play very good basketball. And I thought our second and third string kids went in tonight and did a tremendous job of playing lockdown defense, rebounding, but then offensively, they were still scoring the ball too. Riley Harlan had a good game in the paint and get some free throws and rebounded the ball well. We had some other players too. I thought A.J. Knuth had a good game.
Let everybody play, and 2 in a row now, Coach, as you head into the Harlan game on Thursday with quite a bit of momentum here and a good opportunity against a really good rated Harlan team.
Yeah, the pressure's on Harlan there, obviously. They're a top-rated team for a reason. They're a very good basketball team. But we just got to go in. It's house money. Go all in, have some fun, play basketball. I think last year we got a little bit of that monkey off the back with, 20 years in a row losing to Harlan. Finally snapped that. So I think that's kind of changed the mindset. Now it's just go play basketball, keep having fun, keep getting better, and the game will take care of itself.
Well, Coach, congrats on a great performance, a great effort, and what a way to come back after the winter weather break. I suppose you could call it.
Absolutely. I got a lot of people I got to thank about
Go
this.
Ahead,
Andy Mitchell, first of all, he helped. We've been talking about this for a couple of years, and we never really were able to bring it up with the last administration. And Beth Johnson comes in and lets us do this thing from the get-go and has been supportive. So, thankful for that. All the administrators, all the organization. I mean, they coordinated getting all our elementary kids up here and all that, the school day, all that kind of stuff, even with a 2-hour late start. Thankful for everybody. Mrs. McKay as well. She's been supportive of this. Booster Club, they did a great job with the popcorn. They had this thing all lined up, and then Landis and Jeremiah Thompson stepped up, made a donation and take care of that. And Jeremiah's down there popping popcorn right now too. So, just everybody that made this happen. And then the experience for our girls, for the boys, for all the kids that are here today. This is a really cool environment. This is what it's all about. We talk about community all the time, and I know it's not always convenient taking a school day to go do this, but at the same time, you want to have a community. This is the type of thing that'll build that.
How's being a new dad, Coach?
It's awesome. I'm loving it. My daughter has watched a couple practices now, a couple games.
Oh, yeah.
So, she's going to be growing up around that, but it's awesome. It's been awesome to get support. We feel really appreciated by the community. We've had a lot of people offer us food, offer to just pick stuff up, send just texts and things like that, not just the gifts and stuff. Just the support has been fantastic from this whole community, so it's been awesome.
Very good. Coach, thanks for stopping by. Congrats on a great win here today. We'll see you Thursday.
Thank you very much.
Dan Vargas, the head coach for the Trojans. Dan and White Taylor are the proud parents of a daughter, Kinley. Halftime brought to you by Olson's BP and Olson's Fuel.
When you're on the go.
This segment of Did You Know by Amy Jo is about hydraulic hoses. Well, guess what? They break. And at the worst times possible, too. Atlantic Egg and Auto can build you a new hydraulic hose most of the time faster than it takes you to even get to town. Now, don't be getting a ticket racing to town to see me. Since you're here, you might as well get more hydraulic fluid, shop towels, detailing supplies, and fresh cab to keep those rodents out. Atlantic and Audubon Egg and Auto, your only locally owned CarQuest Auto.
Back to Atlantic halftime. Atlantic 34-32, and we'll look at the scores here. I think I'm close here. We had a little issue. I had to get back on the air there, Cody, but Waters with 2 3-pointers. He has 6 in the first half. Colton Rasmussen with the 20 first half points. You mentioned that earlier. He just always seems to get his points, and he had 2 threes in that first quarter. Gavin McLaren with 5 points here in the first half as well. And Rothman Bestie with 3. So that's what I have unofficially for Atlantic. Rasmussen with 20, Waters with 6, McLaren 5, and then Bestie with the 3 points. Atlantic up 34-32. Really a back and forth affair. And I got to tell you, in that second quarter, Hunter Gilliland had 6 points for Red Oak. He kind of was the difference there to keep him going. Gilliland with 8 points in the first half. And also in fact, he has 10. He got another 2. 10 points for Gill in the first half. Cyrus Benson has a pair for the Tigers. And Max DeVries with 13 for Red Oak. So some of the scores there. Bennett Johnson has 2. And Carson Roeder with 1 point. And Brighton Bergman, who had an ankle injury but came back, we've got him down for 4. So that's what we have so far in the first half. Your thoughts on the first half, Cody?
Yeah, you saw throughout the first half there was a lot of turnovers. You saw them throwing the ball away quite a bit, and Atlantic kind of let up a little bit on the turnovers, but just way too many turnovers on both sides. For the coaches, probably are very unhappy about that, and for the Trojans, really, they kept driving to the hoop and were forcing up some shots there or in the early second quarter there, and just looking back at the ref, hoping for the ref to bail them out, and you can't be doing that. In a close game like this, you got to play your own game. You got to run the offense, and you can't look back at the refs and hope that they bail you out. So, look for the Trojans here, hopefully in the second half, to stop forcing those shots and get some good looks. Run their offense a little bit more, and get those open looks. We have Colton Rasmussen. Colton Rasmussen's going to do his thing. He's going to go out, and he's been doing what we expected from him, scoring. He's got 20 points here, so. He's doing what he needs to do, and DeVries on the Red Oak side, he's scoring there too. So really the key here to the second half is you get the bench points. Who's going to score more bench points? Who's going to step up off the bench? Or who's going to be a starter that steps up other than DeVries and Rasmussen on the respective sides? Who's going to step up? And whoever steps up and has someone that steps up and gets is a second leading scorer in double digits, they're going to be the one who wins this game. So. And the Trojans here, they're rebounding better as the game went on, and they were, throwing the ball away less. They're passing a lot better and finding the open man. So, the Trojans finally kind of got their groove here toward the end of the second quarter here, and we'll see if it carries on into the third quarter into the second half.
You got it, Cody. We're at halftime, and Atlantic up 34-32. The Trojans outscored the Tigers 19-18 the first quarter and 15-14 in the second, and this is going to be a great finish here. Two evenly matched teams here in Atlantic tonight. Their halftime show brought to you by Olson's BP and Olson's Fuel. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. We're back right after these on Atlantic.
Are you ready to be?
Outfitters Plus in Atlantic is making it easier for teams, coaches, groups, and you to host your group's orders online with their online store. Custom printed shirts, sweatshirts, all of your team apparel. Outfitters will design the graphics, post them on the web, give you the link to share with your team or group, and they can order themselves, all online. No more order forms to lose, sizes to keep track of, or money to hold on to. Let Outfitters Plus set up an online store for your team or group today. Give them a call at 243-4379. That's 243-4379. Outfitters Plus in
Hi everyone, it's Caitlin with your Atlantic Hy-Vee. Have you signed up or upgraded to our Perks program yet? It is free to you and gives you instant savings. If you're not signed up, no worries. We can in-store while you're shopping or at the checkout, sign you up. Super quick, super easy for the instant savings. No need to wait, scan the card, you got the deals. Deals so good you won't find them anywhere else. Have you signed up or upgraded to our Perks program yet? It is free to you and gives you instant savings. We can in-store while you're shopping or at the checkout, sign you up. As always,
as we start the second half, 34-32, Trojans with the advantage. Hunter going with 10, Minson with 2, that's 12-16, and 17-19. 34-32. And 13 points for DeVries at that first half. And Rasmussen with 20 already in the ball game. Waters with 6, McLaren 5, and that's Gavin. And Rothen Bestie with 3. Atlantic will come out with their starters. Red Oak comes out with Sifford, Bergman, DeVries, Gilliland, and they have Minson in there as well. So here we go, Atlantic with the ball. Williams will throw it in to Rasmussen. He'll bring it across the half-court line for the Trojans. Picked up at the top of the circle by Gilliland. Baseline to Waters. Waters high and right with it for the Trojans. Picked up by Sifford. Gets it high post to Tyrell Williams. Williams leaves it off for Gavin. And Gavin down the lane. Layup up, no good. Rebound, Brock Henderson. His putback is missed. And DeVries snags it for Red Oak and the Tigers to the front court. 34-32. Atlantic. DeVries drives, layup, no. Rebound. Brock Henderson for Atlantic. He's averaging 7 boards a game. He throws it away. Gilliland steals. He'll lay it up. No good. A foul on Atlantic. Kind of a wild start to the second half here. And the Tigers should get a shooting foul here, Cody.
Yep, and turnover. So it's what you're seeing here at the beginning, just like you saw at the beginning of the first quarter. So just got to settle down a little bit, slow the game down and run your offense.
Atlantic up by 2, but Gillen has 2 free throws coming, makes the first one. He has 11 points so far in the ball game. And he squeezes that Trojan lead to 34-33. Gilliland's second free throw is in flight, and it's good. We're tied at 34. Hunter Gilliland has 12 points, 3 for 4 off the line. Atlantic will bring the ball across the timeline. Colton Rasmussen will bring it across. Guarded by Gilliland. Over to Waters. He'll fire a triple. God! Nolan Waters hits the 3. Is 9. Atlantic up 37-34. Gillen to the front court for Red Oak. Big 3 by Waters. Siffer to the top of the circle. Out top to Gilliland. Right side to Bergman. Siffer, top of the circle, guarded by Williams. Leaves it off baseline to DeVries. He'll fire up a triple. No good. Rebound long. Tip to Waters. He's got an open shot to the layup. And he puts it up and no good. A foul call to DeVries. Atlantic up 37-34. Waters streaking down the floor. He came to a skidding stop, had a pump fake, and he got DeVries in the air, and DeVries with the foul.
Yeah, and high IQ play there, not just running out of control into the basket. You know, he saw that he was a little out of control, stopped, pump faked, and was trying to get some points here at the basket.
Missed the first of 2 free throws. 6:47 to go in the third quarter. The Seed Pros score, but Atlantic up 37-34. Waters free throw in flight, good. He made 1 of 2, and he has 10 points, double figures. Atlantic up 38-34. Red Oak in the front court. Siffer, top of the circle, bounce pass to Gilliland, back to Siffer to the top. 6:36 to play, third quarter. Red Oak with the basketball, baseline. Minson, Gilliland, Sifford, left wing. Atlantic rotating nicely with that zone defense, and a wide open 3 by Sifford, no good. And the rebound inside by Red Oak. Out to DeVries. Out to Sifford, top of the circle. He'll drive in, and we've got a whistle, and we've got a foul or traveling, one of the two. It's going to be a foul on Atlantic. I tell you, Red Oak has had their share of offensive rebounds. That's been one key for the Tigers here in this ball game so far. They've a lot of second chances.
Yeah, and you can't be giving them second chance points there. You're giving them an extra shot and an extra possession. Eventually, if you want to win this game, you really got to cut those offensive rebounds down and cut the possessions. Try to make it even between the two. Right now,
DeVries gets it in the baseline, back out top to Sifford. Here's Gillen for 3, no good. Rebound Atlantic. Go ahead, Cody. Good Bestie with a board.
I was going to say you need the same amount of possessions. If you're giving them 10 more possessions, 10 more opportunities to score. So you can't be doing that as a team if you're going to want to pull this game out.
Gavin drives, lays it up and in. He draws the foul. They got it down to McClaren on the low block. Nice spin move, and he gets the and 1. So Gavin McClaren with the bucket down low. And it's 40-34 Atlantic, off to a good run here in this third quarter. So Gavin will shoot the and 1. Bennett Johnson checks in for the Tigers, and Minson comes out. He has 3 fouls. So Gavin will shoot. Free throw on the way, and it is no good. And the rebound brought down by the Tigers. So Gavin missed the free throw. He has 7 points. Red Oak down by 6 with the ball. Sifford out top. Goes baseline. Minson for 3. Got it. 3 ball by the Tigers. Bergman, I should say, has 7. That's a big 3, Cody, for Red Oak.
Yeah, and it seems like every time Atlantic tries to get a little bit of a lead or claws back with a 3 or a good, and 1 opportunity.
There's Gavin again down low to get the feed to him, and he gets the bucket. I think that's the bread and butter for the Trojans there. McClaren has 2 straight buckets. Atlantic up 42-37 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. 5:15 to play. Pass low to DeVries. Shot blocked by Rasmussen. Waters picks it up for Atlantic. DeVries has 13 in the ball game. The Trojans turn it over at the other end. DeVries averaging 20. He has 13. Rasmussen averaging 26. He has 20. We owe you a station identification. You're listening to High School Basketball 95.7 FM.
KS 95.7 is KSWI Atlantic, a proud part of Meredith Communications. KS 95.7.
Atlantic gets the steal. Waters brings it to the front court. Out to Rasmussen. Elbow shot, no good. And the rebound pulled down by Sifford for Red Oak on the move. He'll lob it over to Gillen left wing. Gilliland behind the arc, guarded by Sawyer Terrell, takes it to the rim, shoots, no, rebound. Comes off to Atlantic with a foul call to the Trojans during the shot. 42-37, Atlantic by 5, 4:38 to go, third quarter. So two shots coming for Gilliland. He has 12 points in the game. 3 for 4 from the line. He gets the free throw. Boy, he's been on target from that free throw line. 42-38. Tigers snug that Trojan lead up a little bit more to 4. Score brought to you by the Seed Pros. 4:38 to play. Third quarter. Gilliland's second free throw rims out. Rebound McLaren for Atlantic. Here come the Trojans. Sawyer Terrell, or Hudson McLaren rather. Out to McLaren. Back to Hudson. Under 4.5 to go. Third quarter. The Seed Pros score, but Atlantic up by 4. 42-38. Gavin McLaren to Hudson McLaren high and right. Out top, Rasmussen fires a deep three. Good! 23 for Rasmussen. His third three of the game, 45-38. And Reddick back in the front of the Marines. His shot up in, no good. Gets his own rebound. Put back off the glass, no good. There's another offensive board for Red Oak. They've just been hard to keep off those offensive boards. Another rebound for Minson.
Yeah, and you see when the shot goes up, you know, the Red Oak is crashing the boards.
They are.
They're going to the boards, and Atlantic, like I said, I say this over and over, they're catching them flat-footed. You know, they got to crash to the boards. They got to find their man, box them out, so to prevent these offensive rebounds. Because this is not what I think Coach Franken wants them to be doing down here on the defensive end.
4:02 left. Inbounds Tigers out top. He'll get inside to Gilliland. He'll drive in, layup good. Well, Gilliland's had a really good ball game for the Tigers. He has his points now. 15's his average. 45-40. Atlantic with the lead. Hudson McLaren with the ball. Into Gavin McLaren, spinning in the paint. Shot up in. It is no good. Gavin rebound. Put back is no good. And Atlantic got an offensive board there. The rebound comes off to Minson. And the driving Sifford back out to Gilliland. Left wing Sifford. 3.5 to play third. Sifford drives. Throws it across the paint. Kick out Gilliland. Looked at 3. Attacks the rim. And a foul called on the Trojans on the floor. 3:25 left, third quarter. Not sure who this is on. That'd be on McLaren. That'd be his third. That's 5 on Atlantic here in the third quarter. Gilliland will shoot. Hunter with 15 points. He's averaging 14 coming in. So the foul is going to be on Sawyer Terrell. That's his third foul. Gilliland's free throw is on the way and good. 45-41. Atlantic's lead cut to 4. Second free throw by the senior is on the way and good. 45-42. Atlantic with a basketball with a 3-point lead. Rasmussen, right side of Gavin McLaren on the drive. Takes it to the rack, layup, good! Boy, Gavin's having himself a second half. Attacks the rim, 47-42. DeVries at the other end answers with a layup. He's got 15. And it's 47-44 on DeVries' bucket. And a timeout's going to be called with 3:04 to play third quarter. They will take it with them. We're back right after this, so 95.7 FM and live video streamed on WesternIowaToday.com.
Olson's BP in Atlantic is the Keep You Going store, and they'll keep you going all day long with breakfast selections like breakfast burritos, breakfast sandwiches, and breakfast staples like biscuits and gravy. For lunch, what better place to stop than Olson's BP? With burgers, Champ's chicken sandwiches, and Godfather's personal pizzas, you're sure to be refueled for that afternoon grind. And after a long day of work, let Olson's BP do the cooking for you. Hot and fresh Champ's chicken with all the sides and every kind of pizza topping you can think of on your Godfather's pizza. It's Olson's BP on 2nd Street in Atlantic, the Keep You Going store.
First Winnie Bank is the longest standing locally owned bank in Atlantic, and as such, we take pride in how we serve our community. For generations, we have been involved with our customers and their families by getting involved in community events and by supporting technology and teaching financial literacy in our schools. You'll also see our support of athletics on the scoreboards at home events. It's this involvement that allows us to know our customers and their families for generations. First Winnie Bank, the only bank you'll ever need. Member FDIC.
Atlantic Trojan Sports on KS 95.7 and live stream at westerniowatoday.com.
Atlantic with the ball. Rasmussen driving baseline, tried a shot and draws the foul. 2:54 to go, third quarter. After the timeout, Atlantic up 47-44. Fulton Rasmussen with 23 points, averaging 26 at the free throw line, where he is really good. Shoots about 72%. Free throw is no good. We want to text him there. Second free throw coming up. Atlantic by 3 on the C-Pro scoreboard. 2:54 to play. DeVries will fill that other lane spot. The senior Rasmussen will eye the rim, dip his knees, elevates the ball up and miss them both. Two big misses there. Reddick with the rebound. Sifford on the drive. Over to DeVries. He runs right over Nolan Waters. That's going to be a player control foul. Boy, Waters had his feet cement, Cody.
Oh, yeah, he had his feet down, and he just ran right through him. I mean, that was an easy charge call there. So
Atlantic gets the ball back up by 3 with 2:50 to go, third quarter. 47-44. Hudson McLaren, the sophomore, getting a lot of playing time tonight, brings it across the half-court line for the Trojans. Dumps it low to McLaren and throws it away. Turnover goes back to Red Oak. 2:41 to go, third quarter. Gilliland will bring the ball across the timeline, whips it baseline. Out top. Gilliland looks over at Coach DeVries to get the signal. Bennett Johnson's in there. Now for the Tigers, adding some height down low. Back out top. The rotor. Right side, Bergman. Gilliland, top of the circle, swings it left. On the drive, DeVries. He is triple teamed down low. He's going to get out right side to Bergman. He'll fire the three. No good. Rebound McLaren for Atlantic. Ahead to Waters. He'll take it down the rack. Layup good. He's called for the foul. No bucket. So Waters, who took the charge here moments ago, is called for charge here.
Yeah, that one was a little closer. The referee had a better look at it than I did, so I'm going to trust him there. But from up here, ooh, that was pretty close.
You bet. It's 2:04 to go, third quarter. Waters was elevated, and he just had to get set in that split second before he went up in the air. Bergman whips the ball left wing to DeVries, who has 15 points. Gillen leads the team with 17 now. Baseline DeVries, he'll launch up a three, got it. We're tied at 47. DeVries now with 18 points gets a big three for the Tigers. Atlantic with the ball in the front court. They'll go low to McLaren. Gavin puts it up and in. Boy, Gavin McLaren with 8 points his third quarter has been carrying the load. Now at the other end, the Tigers call to traveling. 49-47 Atlantic. Gavin McLaren with 13 points, and 8 of those coming in the third quarter, but down to 1:19 to go in the third. Here comes Rasmussen across the timeline. Bounce pass down low to Gavin McLaren. He'll take it to the rim. Shot no good. A foul called on Renault. Boy, he's a load in there. I mean, you got to really tighten up your grip on the floor to keep your feet on Gavin McLaren.
Oh yeah, he's just muscling his way in there. I mean, with that big size of his, he's doing what he wants down low. And now, right now, the only way you can stop him is what they just did, and foul him, make him earn the points at the free throw line.
Missed his first of 2. DeVries back in. 49-47 Atlantic by a pair. Second free throw is coming up for Gavin. 1:10 to go in the third quarter. Free throw is good. Atlantic up 50-47. Tigers with the basketball. They go left wing. Back out top. Minson. Left side of Roeder for three. Got it! Carson Roeder for the three ball, and it's tied at 50. Atlantic back in the front court with 48 seconds left, third quarter, 50-50 tie. Gavin McLaren high and right. Back out top, Rasmussen drives, Euro step shot, no good. DeVries rebounds, he'll bring it to the front court. Crossover step, I believe he ran over Waters again. Another player control foul. Good job by Waters, 35 seconds to go. Third quarter, Atlantic gets the ball back on DeVries' charge. That's three on Max DeVries. So Atlantic will inbounds the ball. McLaren into Rasmussen. The senior, Class 3A leading scorer, brings it across the timeline. He had 288 coming in. He's over 300 now for the season, and he loses the handle. Turns it over. Reynolds can break the tie with 23 seconds to go in the third. We'll see if they go for the last shot here. Gilliland will take the inbounds from Roeder. Rasmussen comes out, and Ropton Bestie comes in. 50-50 tie. Inbounds out top to Hunter Gilliland, the right side. Minson. Baseline DeVries. DeVries on the drive, pulls up, spins, pulls up, shoots, scores. Count it, 14 seconds to go. DeVries is tough to stop as well. DeVries gets the bucket and one. It puts Red Hook up 52-50. With 14 seconds left, third quarter. Checking back in for the Tigers is Reese Montgomery, the freshman, and Minson comes out. DeVries at the free throw line. He has 20 points. He's averaging 20. Free throw by DeVries is no good. Rebound, Gav McLaren. So DeVries missed the free throw. Atlantic with the ball with 10 seconds to go. Waters across the timeline at 8. Looks off the screen at 7. Pulls up at 6. Back out top to Rasmussen at 3. Ras drives at 2. Elevates and shoots at 1. Missed the shot. He's fouled. With 0.3 of a second left on the clock. 52-50. Red Oak with the lead. And Rasmussen will try to tie at the end of the third quarter. Colton Rasmussen with 23 points. And the first of 2 coming up. He's attempted 5 free throws. He's 3 of 5. Free throw is good. 52-51. Trojans within 1 on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Second free throw coming up with 0.3 of a second left. So Rasmus going for the tie here, and it is good. Got it to go, got the roll. And that's it here after 3. We're tied at 52-52. Final 8 coming up on the board, and we'll take a timeout, and we're back right after these.
This segment of Did You Know by Amy Jo is about hydraulic hoses. Well, guess what? They break. And at the worst times possible, too. Atlantic Egg and Auto can build you a new hydraulic hose most of the time faster than it takes you to even get to town. Now, don't begin a ticket racing to town to see me. Since you're here, you might as well get more hydraulic fluid, shop towels, detailing supplies, and fresh cab to keep those rodents out. Atlantic and Audubon Egg and Auto, your only locally owned CarQuest Auto Parts stores.
Get to the Super Bowl for Globe Bowling on Friday and Saturday nights. Perfect for birthdays, reunions, family and friend get-togethers, and date nights. They even have bumpers and ramps for the little ones. Globe Bowling, all the glow-in-the-dark fun you love. Plus, the friendly competition of bowling makes for a great night. Call Dan to schedule your next party at 243-4656. Globe Bowling on Friday and Saturday nights at the Super Bowl, Highway 71 in Atlantic.
Hi everyone, it's Caitlin with your Atlantic Hy-Vee. Have you signed up or upgraded to our Perks program yet? It is free to you and gives you instant savings. If you're not signed up, no worries. We can, in-store, while you're shopping, or at the checkout, sign you up. Super quick, super easy for the instant savings. No need to wait. Scan the card, you got the deals. Deals so good you won't find them anywhere else. Have you signed up or upgraded to our Perks program yet? It is free to you and gives you instant savings. We can, in-store, while you're shopping, or at the checkout, sign you up. As always, thank you for shopping your Atlantic Hy-Vee.
Back to Atlantic Trojan Sports on KS 95.7 and live stream at westerniowatoday.com.
52-52 our score here after 3 quarters of play as some of the elementary kids having to go back to school there, Cody. Well, what a day it's been, huh?
Oh, yeah, it's been a great day. The energy was great. You could feel the depression of the kids as they walk out of the gym here, so that they have to go back to class. But you know, it was great, and you still have the little ones here supporting the Trojans here in the fourth quarter. So, you know, maybe they can pick up the slack and get a little loud here to make up for the middle schoolers leaving.
Well, Atlantic outscored in that quarter 20-18. Atlantic led 19-18 after 1 quarter. That's how close this game has been. Halftime 34-32. The Trojans outscored the Tigers 15-14, and Red Oak outscores Atlantic 20-18. Here in the 3rd quarter. So the final quarter coming up. And the Tigers have the basketball. They move right to left, 52-52 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. As Bergman will throw it in for Red Oak out top to Gilliland. Gilliland with 17 points for the Tigers. Bounce pass, high post, Bergman. Over to DeVries. He has 20, his average for the season. Ball swung left to Sifford. Now baseline DeVries. Inside. Bergman out top, Gillen, he'll fire a 3, no good short. And Brock Henderson with a rebound for Atlantic out to Waters. Ahead to Williams, wide open, layup up and good. Great look by Waters. And Williams gets the bucket of 54-52. Gillen right side of Bergman for the Tigers, back out top to Sifford. He'll take it right wing. Out to Bergman for 3, in and out. And Gavin McClair with a big rebound for Atlantic, clears it out to Rasmussen. And the Trojans will bring the ball to the front court. 7 minutes left to play in the game. Gavin McClair on top of the circle. On the drive, takes it in, lays it up, no good. Foul called on Red Oak. So that's the first. Ball out of bounds. Atlantic has it up by 2, 54-52 on the Seed Pro scoreboard. 7-1 to play. Waters will throw it in. Rasmussen way out top. Open fire, shot blocked by Bergman. Ahead to Gilliland, he'll lay it up and in. We're tied at 54. Gilliland now with 19 points. Trojans with the basketball, game tied 54-54 the Seed Pro scoreboard. High post to Gab McLaren, he'll take it to the rim. He put his shoulder down. He's gonna get called for the foul. 54-54. That's 4 on Gavin. Or check that 3, Cody. 6:40 to go.
That one seemed a little personal.
Here comes the Tigers. Gilliland across the timeline for Red Oak. Tied at 54. Back out to Hunter Gilliland. Right side is Sifford. Back to Gilliland. To Bergman. Gilliland inside. Sifford lays up. No good. Rebound comes off the Tigers. Out top to DeVries for 3. No good. And Gab McClair with the rebound. He's fouled from behind by Bergman. We're tied at 54-54. 6:18 left on the clock. And checking in is Bennett Johnson, who's the 6'2 senior, seen quite a bit of action in that first half. Atlantic with the basketball, 6:18 to play. The Seed Pro scoreboard, we're tied at 54. Across the timeline comes Waters methodically, gets the screen. Angles left on the dribble to back out top to Rasmussen. Saves the over and back. Pulls up in the elbow, dumps it low. Wide open Henderson, layup no good. Ball tipped out to Williams. Atlantic gets a new clock. Waters for 3, short. And the long rebound to Henderson. Atlantic getting some offensive boards. Ball out top to Rasmussen, under 6 to play. Atlantic and Red Oak tied at 54. Trojans got a fresh shot clock here, so they'll set it up with Rasmussen. Pulls up for 3, no good. Rebound ripped down by Sifford. Tigers head to the front court. Sifford weaves his way down the lane. Shot blocked by Rasmussen. And a foul called on the senior. 2-1 Atlantic here in the fourth. 5:34 to play. And Sifford will go to the free throw line for a pair. 5:34 left, 54-54. Sifford, free throw, good. That's his first points of the game. Couldn't come at a better time for Red Oak, 55-54. Sifford's second free throw in flight and good. 56-54. Tigers by a pair, 5:34 to go, and Coach Franken calling a timeout, and we'll take it with them. We're back in a minute.
The one and only Street Warrior Diesel Performance Transmission is only...
The perfect companion is waiting for you at the Fish Store Pet Center in Atlantic. Pick out a furry guinea pig, hamster, or mouse. Maybe something feathered. They have an aviary full of birds to choose from. What about something scaly, like a snake, lizard, or hermit crab? And it's in their name. A wide variety of fish are available at the Fish Store and Pet Center. Get all the food and accessories you need to keep that new addition to your family happy and healthy. The Fish Store and Pet Center in Atlantic. A pet lover's paradise.
Olson's Outdoor Power is your one-stop service and equipment shop for all things outdoor. We sell the best power sports products in the business, from Polaris, Can-Am, Sea-Doo, and Ski-Doo, trailers to tackle any job from H&H, Triton, and Wilson, and we continue to lead the way in lawn and garden equipment with great products from Exmark, Dixie Chopper, Husqvarna, Cub Cadet, Steel, and Echo. Add factory-trained technicians in 2 locations, and it's easy to see why Olson's Outdoor Power is the leader in all things outdoor. Olson's Outdoor Power, your one-stop service and equipment shop with locations in Atlantic and Carroll.
Stop to Tyrell Williams. Over to Brock Henderson. Hands off to Rasmussen. Atlantic Wees out top. Rasmussen drives in. Layup up. Good. Rasmussen with the 2. He is 27. Atlantic 56-54. Red Oak at the top of the circle. 5 minutes left. Gillen top of the circle for the Tigers. Over to Minson. Minson down low, layup, Sifford, good. He got a good feed inside, and we're tied again. 56-56, Sifford with 4. Atlantic in the front court, 4:47 to play. Waters down low to Gamma Claire, double team back to Waters. Waters driving inside the block. Looks for a cutter, lobs it out right side of Williams. Williams back out to Waters, top of the circle, off the screen, pulls up, wide open, 3, shoots it, no good. And rebound Williams for Atlantic. Rass out to Waters. He's going to hand it off to Rasmussen, top of the circle. Rass down the lane, layup up, no good. He draws a foul. He'll shoot 2. 58-56, Red Oak by a pair. Sifford with 4 points here in this fourth quarter for the Tigers. 4:19 to play. Rasmussen at the free throw line. He has 27 points, averaging 26.5. He had 288 points coming in. Class 3A's leading scorer. Free throw on the way and good. Atlantic now within 1, 58-57. Rasmussen with 28. Second free throw coming up with 4:19 to play. 1 point lead for the Tigers. Rass's shot in flight, good. Tied again, 58-58. Run up with the ball with 4:15 to play. Gilliland out top to Berggren. High post to Sifford, back right side Gilliland. He'll fire the 3, got it. Gilliland with the 3 ball. Boy, he's had a great second half, and that's really a great ball game. He has 22, and it's 61-58. Red Oak by 3, Atlantic with the ball. Waters has the ball stolen. Here comes Gilliland down the paint. He's fouled by Nolan Waters. Rasmussen trying to get the ball over to Nolan, and the ball is tipped away by Gilliland. And the Tigers will take the ball out of bounds along the baseline with 3:51 to play. So here we go. DeVries will throw it in. Looks out top and finds Sifford baseline right. Sifford drives, wraparound layup is no good, and he stepped out of bounds. Atlantic gets the ball back down by 3.
Yeah, I mean, Trojans down here, they don't need a three-pointer. They've been shooting a lot of threes here, and it's, that's not what you need. Drive the hoop, run your offense, and maybe get chip into that three-point lead a little bit. You don't need to get it all in one possession.
Atlantic down by 3 with 3:44 to play. Waters over to Rasmussen, give it to go to Gavin McLaren. Ball is stolen away. We've got a foul called, I believe, on the Tigers. And that's going to be number 4 in Red Oak. Atlantic will still have the ball out of bounds with 3:39 to go. So Waters will take it out of bounds. Officials still, they're lined up on the free throw line, but it's, they're going to let him shoot, I believe, Cody. They call it a shooting foul for Gavin with 3:39 to go. It's been a back and forth game the whole afternoon. Atlantic led 19-18 after 1. Halftime, they led 34-32. Is tied at 52 after 3. Now they're going to throw it in. Waters will toss it in for Atlantic baseline. Looks for Cutter. Out to Rasmussen. He'll pull up. Lobs it baseline to Brock Henderson. He'll take it inside. Layup no good. And the rebound snagged and knocked it out of bounds by the Tigers. Atlantic will have it back with 3:34 to play. Here in the ball game, they'll inbounds with Nolan Waters right side of the basket. 61-58, Tigers by 3.
That was a good drive there by Henderson. That's exactly what they need to do. It just, unfortunately, it didn't fall for him.
Out to Henderson, over to Williams. McLaren, baseline Rasmussen to tie the game. God, we're tied at 61. What a big 3 by Rasmussen. 32 for the senior. 61-61, 3:17 to play. Riddick with the ball in the front court. Gilliland right side to Minson. Back to Gilliland to top of the circle. 20 of the shot clock for the Tigers. 61-61 tie. They'll go baseline. Shot up by Minson. No good for 3. Rebound inside Johnson. His ball is swatted away and Rasmussen against the board. Steal away by Gilliland. His shot good. Gilliland got the steal and the bucket. And a timeout called by Coach DeVries for Red Oak. What a game for Gilliland here. He has 24 points. DeVries with 20 for Red Oak. And the Tigers up by 2 with 2:53 to go. And a timeout call will take it with them. Back in 30 seconds on 95.7 FM and live video streamed at westerniowatoday.com, powered by Nishnanet.
What do you... Good coaches know their players' strengths and weaknesses. They watch, evaluate, and come up with a game plan to make their team better. Like a good coach, when you bring your vehicle to McCreedy Tire, they listen to your concerns and give clear explanations on how they can help. They come up with a game plan to get your vehicle performing at its best. From tires to oil changes, brakes, engine repair, and more, McCreedy Tire can assist in all your vehicle needs and help you feel prepared for all the competitions ahead. McCreedy Tire and Service, where their game-winning service is always a slam dunk.
Get to the Super Bowl for Globe Bowling on Friday and Saturday nights. Perfect for birthdays, reunions, family and friend get-togethers, and date nights. They even have bumpers and ramps for the little ones. Globe Bowling. All the glow-in-the-dark fun you love. Plus, the friendly competition of bowling makes for a great night. Call Dan to schedule your next party at 243-4656. Globe Bowling on Friday and Saturday nights at the Super Bowl. Highway 71 in Atlantic.
Tigers up 63-61. Rasmussen across the timeline for Atlantic. Drives towards the bucket, stops, pops a short one, no good. Rebound, Brock Henderson for the Trojans. Back out to Rasmussen. And the ball's stolen away by Gilliland. Ahead to DeVries. He'll take it to the rim. Layup no good. The rebound knocked down long out of bounds. Last touch by the Trojans. This Gilliland, he's had 2 key steals here in the fourth quarter, Cody.
Yeah, Gilligan's, both off of Rasmussen as well. So, he's picking Rasmussen's pocket and getting some easy points. And, that's why they're up by 2 right now is those turnovers there. They've been big turnovers and big steals.
He's impressive. Tigers have it front court up by 2, 63-61. Gilliland top of the circle for Red Oak. He'll take it to the rim and a foul call to the Trojans. And that'll be 4 in Atlantic. There's 4 in Red Oak. So still taking the ball out of bounds with 2:16 to play. DeVries will inbounds from the baseline. Both these teams looking for their first conference win. Sawyer Terrell will check in for Atlantic.
Tyler Williams just fouled out. So
Williams' 5th foul. Thanks, Cody. So now DeVries will throw it in. 2-point lead for Red Oak, and the Tigers have the ball in the front court. Here's the toss in. Out top, Minson. Baseline to Breeze. He'll step back and fire a three. God, boy, was that a huge three for DeVries. He has 23. 66-61. Red Oak with the lead. Atlantic in the front court. Waters top of the circle. Under 2 to play. Waters bounce pass. Gavin McCleary top of the circle. Hands off to Rasmussen. He'll take it in. Shot no good. And a foul called on Red Oak. And that'll be 5 of the Tigers. I think Colton Rasmussen might have been shooting anyway. 1:49 to go. Well, DeVries in a big three at that 150 mark. That's something to mark down. And they'll put the Tigers up by 5 to make it a 2-possession game for Atlantic.
Oh, that's deflating. That is very deflating. Big three there by DeVries. You know, step back. You know, he wasn't. I mean, that was a deep three as well. So the confidence of shooting that shot and making it, you know, is that's a high-level shot there made by DeVries.
Rasmussen's free throw good. 66-62. Second free throw is good. Now it's a 1-possession game for the Trojans with a deep ball. Tigers have it. A lot of time left. 1:44 to go. Gillen on the drive, got it by Sawyer Terrell, goes baseline, shot up no good, a foul call to Brock Henderson. You know, we talked a lot about DeVries for the Tigers, but this Hunter Gilliland, he has really been impressive as far as I'm concerned. 10 first half points. He's come out the second half with 14. And he's been the difference in the second half with his defense and his offensive prowess as well. His free throw is up and short.
Yeah, he's exploded here in the second half. And like I said at halftime, it was who's going to have that other player that scores, you know, in double figures. And Gilligan's just really, you know, he's their leading scorer right now. So, you know, DeVries isn't the leading scorer. It's Gilligan.
Rebound Atlantic. They can tie it with a 3-ball here. 1:35 to go. Rasmussen drives over to Henderson. He'll take it to the rim to Terrell. Back out to Waters. Here's a shot for the tie. It is no good. Rebound tipped up and in. Atlantic gets the bucket down by 1. 66-65. And they're going to give that to Waters. Gillen drives, a foul called. They're going to give that to Terrell, I believe. Terrell will get that bucket. Well, now it's a 66-65 game. The ball was tipped up. We weren't sure who had it. And Gilliland will shoot a pair. 1:14 to go. Free throw Gilliland is up and good. 67-65. Tigers back up by a pair. 1:14 to play on the St. Pro scoreboard. And the second free throw in flight and good. 68-65. Gillen with 26 points. And we've got a timeout call. We'll take it with them. 3-point Tiger lead. We're back in 30 seconds at 95.7 FM and a live video stream, WesternIowaToday.com.
Colton, with you more involved with farming, what have you observed?
Farmers don't just work harder, they farm smarter.
We've definitely seen that with the Enlist weed control system.
Oh yeah, application is dictated by the grow stage, not a set date on the calendar, and you can take mix with liberty.
Plus, you have a post program that you don't have to worry about drifting into neighboring fields.
Nailed it. To learn more, contact the Seed Pros.
The Seed Pros, with you from the word go.
The Seed Pros, Mark Bantacker, Gary Dinklett, Nick Knutson, and John Becker.
95.7 and live stream at westerniowatoday.com.
Welcome back to Atlantic as it's a 68-65 game in favor of the Tigers. And after timeouts, they come back on. Atlantic will have the basketball. They close the whole afternoon. Atlantic at one point had a 5-point lead. That was the largest difference in the game. Tigers led in this fourth quarter, 66-61. It's 68-65 now. Atlantic on the ball with 1:10 to play. Pass over to Rasmussen, back out top to Nolan Waters. He'll swing it right side. Here's a shot by Terrell, no good. Rebound Sifford for Red Oak at 1 minute to play. And now the Tigers can really take their time here. They're up by 3. 54 seconds to go, 68-65. Gilliland, top of the circle, takes it to the rim and runs right over Waters. And what are we going to call here? He's going to call on the arm foul. So anyway, Gilliland will shoot 2 shots with 47 seconds to play. Well, Waters had good position, but guess he got him on the arm. Boy, Gilliland at the free throw line, he's got 26 points, averages 14 coming in. He's had himself a day. And Hunter Gilliland will shoot a pair for the Tigers. Up by 3 with 47 ticks on the clock on the St. Pro scoreboard. And Gilliland, free throw and flight is good. Well, he's got that roll and everything, doesn't he?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. After missing those 2, he's made 4 straight. So yeah, he's got the touch right now.
Second free throw coming up, and it is good. 28 for Gilliland. And a 70-65 lead for the Tigers. And another timeout is called. We're back in 30 seconds. Hang on, a 5-point lead for Red Oak, but Atlantic has the basketball. We're back right after this.
Olson's BP in Atlantic is the keep you going store, and they'll keep you going all day long with breakfast selections like breakfast burritos, breakfast sandwiches, and breakfast staples like biscuits and gravy. For lunch, what better place to stop than Olson's BP? With burgers, Champ's chicken sandwiches, and Godfather's personal pizzas, you're sure to be refueled for that afternoon grind. And after a long day of work, let Olson's BP do the cooking for you. Hot and fresh Champ's chicken with all the sides and every kind of pizza topping you can think of on your Godfather's pizza. It's Olson's BP on 2nd Street in Atlantic, the Keep You Going store.
Now, back to Atlantic Trojan Sports on KS 95.7 and live streamed at westerniowatoday.com.
Welcome back. 46 seconds left to go here. And it's the Tigers up 70-65. Atlantic will have the basketball. Lots of time left. Rasmussen with that quick shooting 3-point shot. They could certainly get within a couple. I'm not sure they'd really need, well, they're going to have a 3 probably, Cody, here. Rasmussen across the timeline for Atlantic. Down the lane, layup up. Good, he's fouled! Oh my! Well, there's your 3-point play the old-fashioned way if he can connect to the free throw.
That one's a little easier.
36 for Rasmussen. And he gets the and 1. Now it's 70-67. Tigers by 3. Here's the free throw by Ras. In flight, good. 37 for Rasmussen. 70-68 Atlantic within striking distance. Tigers have the ball with 40 seconds to go. Another timeout is called, and we'll take it with them. 40 seconds left. Red Oak 70, Atlantic 68. We're back right after this on 95.7 FM and live video streaming at westerniowatoday.com, powered by Nishtanet.
Get to the
Olson's Outdoor Power is your one-stop service and equipment shop for all things outdoor. We sell the best power sports products in the business from Polaris, Can-Am, Sea-Doo, and Ski-Doo, trailers to tackle any job from H&H, Triton, and Wilson, and we continue to lead the way in lawn and garden equipment with great products from Exmark, Dixie Chopper, Husqvarna, Cub Cadet, Steel, and Echo. Add factory-trained technicians in 2 locations, and it's easy to see why Olson's Outdoor Power is the leader in all things outdoor. Olson's Outdoor Power, your one-stop service and equipment shop with locations in Atlantic and Carroll.
To Atlantic Trojan Sports on KS 95.7 and live streamed at westerniowatoday.com.
70-68, Red Oak with a 2-point lead, but a lot of time left, 40 seconds to go. Rasmussen with 37 points. Got the 3-point play by driving to the bucket. Atlantic with a full court press. A lot of time left, 40 seconds, inbounds pass to Gilliland. He'll bring it across the timeline, all the way down low. We've got a foul called on Atlantic. So trying to get the Tigers to miss at the free throw line. And rightfully so, with them having the majority of the shot clock in their hands. 70-68, Tigers by a pair. Brompton Bestie to check in for Atlantic. 35 seconds to go in the game. 35 on the shot clock. Hunter Gilliland will shoot a pair of free throws, each team with 5 fouls. He can extend this lead here to 4 if he connects on both. First one in flight, no good. A big miss for the Tigers. Atlantic can take advantage. Gilliland with 28 points, 70-68, Tigers by a pair. 35 seconds to play, second free throw. On the way, it is good, big free throw. 29 for Gilliland, Atlantic with the ball down by 3. 71-68, and Rasmussen is fouled by Hunter Gilliland. We're down to 31 seconds left, Ras to the line. 71-68. Boy, this is anybody's game still.
Oh yeah, it's anyone's game, and it's turning into a free throw battle here. So,
Ras first free throw in and out, no good. Second free throw coming up still, 71-68 Tigers. Score brought to you by the Seed Pros each and every night. A matinee game here today. Second free throw by Rasmussen in flight and good, no good. Rebound Mensing out to Gilliland to 71-68. And a timeout is called with 28 seconds left. We'll keep it right here. Boy, it's been a close one throughout. Atlantic led 19-18 after 1. They led 34-32 at the break. Then the Tigers came out and outscored Atlantic 20-18 to tie the game at 52-52 after 3. But it's been a 19-16 run for the Tigers. The difference, Cody McCreedy, was that 6-point lead in the fourth quarter, 66-61. Trojans could not get back in the lead since then. Now, still time, 28 seconds to go, but the game was tied at 61-61. And then Red Oak went on a quick 5-0 run. They got up 66-61. That was big.
Yeah, those 2 free throws that were just missed. That was very big. That's what you call an invisible turnover there. You're not coming out of that possession with anything, and especially with 28 seconds left, you got to at least knock down 1. So, and that's deflating. That is very deflating.
Well, Atlantic, they'll need a 3-ball now.
Oh yeah, totally. They will completely need a 3-ball here. So you expect them to pressure hard, and then if they cross half court, get the foul right away.
So Red Oak will have the ball out of bounds along the baseline. 28 seconds to play. DeVries gets it in. Foul by McLaren right away on Sifford. So a march to the other end, and Sifford will shoot a pair. And you talk about a big free throws here, Cody. Sifford's got some pressure on him here. Braden Sifford with 2 field goals in that fourth quarter. He's 4 points. 71-68 Tigers. He has 2 coming. First one up and good. Now it's 72-68. Back to a 2-possession game with 27 seconds to go. Tigers with the lead on the Seed Pros scoreboard. Sifford, his second free throw coming up. And it is good. 2 big free throws by Sifford. 73-68. Atlantic to the front court in a hurry. Ras puts up a 2. No good. He's fouled with 21 seconds to go. Still anybody's game. Atlantic certainly has got the little hill to climb here, but a couple of free throws made here, and a steal and a 3. And you got the game going to close to overtime, maybe.
Yeah, they're just hanging around here. Red Oak mistakes are keeping Atlantic in this game here. So, but it might be. There might not be enough time left. We'll have to see. But he's got to hit these 2 free throws here.
First one is good. Rasmussen with the free throw. He's nearing the 40-point mark. He has 38 right now. Now it's 73-69. Second free throw, good. 39 for Rasmussen. 73-70, Tigers by 3. And we've got another foul right away by the Trojans. We're going to try to get a miss here with 18 seconds to go.
Well, they got him right where they wanted him. They got him exactly in the corner there, but, just got a little too excited there and fouled before they could get the turnover.
DeVries will shoot a pair here. And the first one in flight, and it is good. Well, Max DeVries, pretty cool and calm 24. 74-70. Tigers by 4 with 18 seconds to play. DeVries' second free throw is good. And he's got 25. 75-70 Tigers. Atlantic to the front in a hurry. Rasmus pulls up the free throw line and fires. Good! 75-72, 10 seconds to play. Atlantic down by 3. Sifford is fouled with 6 seconds on the clock. Rasmussen now with 41 points here in the game. Hitting that 2-point shot. Atlantic within 3. And it's Sifford back at the free throw line. He's 2 for 2 in this fourth quarter. And he makes one of these. That's going to be pretty much the game. There's 6 seconds to go.
Yeah, it's going to pretty much ice it if he can hit one of these 2 shots.
If he misses both, Atlanta gets the rebound. Then a 3-point shot would tie. Grant Petty, the freshman, comes in for the Trojans. As free throws are coming up. Sifford's free throw is good. That pretty much took care of it. He's 3 for 3 in the fourth quarter. 76-72. Second free throw is good. 77-72. 5 seconds, 4. Rasmus at the top, fires a triple. Missed the shot, game over. 77-72. Red Oak with the win of Atlantic tonight. Rasmussen with 41 points to lead Atlantic. McLaren of 14. Waters had a 10 for the Trojans. And big nights for the Tigers. DeVries finished with 25. And Hunter Gillen had 28 here in the ball game. Cody McCreedy, we're going to have to double check that officially, but I believe that is the case. And again, a big fourth quarter kind of separated the Tigers from the Trojans with that 5-0 run to make it 6-61. Atlantic was just not able to get back over the hump. Post-game show coming up. It's brought to you by Cass Health. Neighbors caring for neighbors. Back to wrap up right after this.
Rolling Hills Bank and Trust.
Here at Rolling Hills Bank and Trust, we're dedicated to agriculture. That's why we offer various services that fit your growing ag needs. All our decisions are made locally by experienced lenders that truly understand the unique challenges of your operation. We're large enough to handle all your lending needs, yet small enough not to lose that personal touch. Our dedicated loan officers want to work with you to help your operation grow and thrive. Feel free to stop in and talk about how we can help your business succeed. Rolling Hills Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
To Atlantic Trojan Sports on KS 95.7 and live stream at westerniowatoday.com.
Welcome back to Atlantic. Quite a day here this afternoon. It started off at 11:30 this morning with a tip-off of the girls' game. Atlantic winning that one big over Red Oak. And the youngsters got to come in and watch these teams play. And boys' game was very competitive with Red Oak winning this one 77-72. Over Atlantic. Colton Rasmussen led all scorers in the game with 41, and Trojans still came up short on that. The Waters with 10 points. Tyrell Williams had a pair. Gav McLaren finished with 14 in the game, and Sawyer Terrell had 2, and Rofton Bestie 3 unofficially for Atlantic. When you look at Red Oak, Hunter Gillen had 28 to lead the team. Max DeVries had 25. Braden Bergman ended up with the 11 points. I've got to make sure that's correct. He had 7 points, and 7 also for Sifford. But Sifford was big in that fourth quarter. He had 3 for 3 from the line for the Tigers. Carson Roeder also contributed offensively, and he ended up with 6 points. And Bennett Johnson, who spilled the inside guys, had 2 for the Tigers, 77-72 the final. Your thoughts on this one?
Yeah, it's just, it was a great game all around. A great environment for the Trojans to play in here today. Just, Red Oak did the little things right toward the end of the game. Atlantic had the turnovers there, and, they ended up pulling out. Red Oak ended up pulling out with the victory there. So, just need to be able to finish games if you're the Trojans. You kept it close the whole game. You just got to be able to finish. And unfortunately today the Trojans didn't finish. So that's something probably Coach Franklin's going to look into in the coming days in practice. And the other thing is the offensive rebounding. It's killer for the Trojans. Just not being able to stop Red Oak from crashing the boards and preventing them from getting those offensive rebounds. So rebounding is key for this team. If they're going to make any kind of postseason run, they got to rebound the ball. That's huge, and you can't be giving extra possessions to your opponent. So, let's expect them to be working on that as the week goes on and throughout the rest of the year. So we'll see if they improve on it, and you just got to move on to the next game. You bet.
Atlantic will host Harlan on Thursday night. Right back here. A girl-boy doubleheader. We'll have the call here on 95.7 FM and live video stream at westerniowatoday.com. Girls game 63-13. Atlantic with the win there. On the boys' side, Red Oak over Atlantic 77-72. For Cody McCready, I'm Tom Robinson. Thank you for joining us. Watching it on our live video stream powered by Nishtanet and on the radio at 95.7 FM. Our next broadcast coming up on Thursday. Pregame at 5:45. Tip-off at 6 o'clock. Should be a good one with the Atlantic and Harlan girls. Thanks for joining us. And good afternoon from Atlantic.
That wrestler in the corner is dedicated and determined to work as hard as he can.
Are you ready to be part of something bigger? I'm Myron Stein, president of Stein Seed Company. We're seeking exceptional individuals like you to join our team as independent sales representatives. If you're passionate about agriculture, ready to make a difference, and want unlimited earning potential, join the Stein team as an ISR. To learn more about open positions near you, contact your local Stein RSA, Darren Petty, at area code 712-249-5884.
Back, we are going to get a visit with Atlantic head coach Dalton Franken here before we break away here, Coach. And well, really a back and forth ball game. Tigers got that little 5-0 run there in the fourth quarter, but your thoughts on this one here this afternoon?
They killed us going to the basket. We couldn't keep Gillian out of the lane. We talked about it coming in. That was one of the keys to the game for us. Didn't do it. They're two key guys combined for about 50 points tonight. We got beat in the free throw battle again tonight. I don't even want to know how many free throws they shot. We got to do a better job keeping guys out of the paint. We can't sit in a zone all game. We cannot. But right now, that's the only way we can keep guys out of the paint, and we got to have some guys step up. I thought Sawyer Terrell came in and at least tried to keep him out of the lane, which was good to see. Tyrell Williams did as well. That's why he fouled out. He's trying and battling, but we got to have some other guys step up defensively for us. Our guards are killing us on defense right now by giving up straight line drives. So we got to. It's my job to get them better at that. So we got to focus on that here.
Coach, you talk about DeVries, and he got his points. Gilliland really seemed like he had maybe one of his better games for Red Oak.
Yeah, he was comfortable, and that's on us as a defense. We let him do whatever he wanted. So, he's a good player. So if you come out and he sees a couple go down or he gets to the basket easy a couple times, smells blood in the water, you're in for a long night. And he killed us tonight.
Raspman at 41, another big night for him this afternoon.
How many did Ras have?
41 today.
Colton did?
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be nice if we could have someone else step up. I think Nolan hit a couple threes, which was good to see. Gavin did well down low for us. They were bringing double teams on him, which Gavin's got to get used to that. He's going to see more of that. But